Crazy.
None of this is making you crazy, you fool.
Jerkmate ranked comp. What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
Is that like
Jerkmate?
Is that like a?
Jerkmate had a ranked. I don't know if it was real or not.
Jerk
Like
mate
there was
is
a
in
ranked
like
mode. Like, is it real, Jamie? Pull it up.
what? Don't pull anything about jerk mates. Don't type it into that computer, please.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it, but it's big with the young fellas, alright. It's a big meme. Not them actually doing it. It's a meme.
All right, look, all I know, all I've taken out of this whole thing is jerk mate, semen retention, and call Adam Loughnane nibbles.
Yes.
So that's what we're getting from this podcast. That's the kind of day we're in for. Maeve, could you please do us the honors and cue the intro music?
No.
Adam, would you give it a go?
What is the intro music?
Broadcasting from the heart of Ireland, this is the Lift Era Podcast, the voice of Irish strength sports, with your hosts Ian Benson, Maeve Mannion, Jack Kenny, and Alex Cremens.
And we are back with another episode of the Lift Era Podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Ian Benson, one of your hosts. I'm joined today by Alex Cremens, Maeve Mannion, and a special guest, Adam Loughnane, who has come in to replace Jack Kenny, who has run away from all of the chaos of strength sports and gone to Australia.
Not for good.
Well, you never know.
Never know. This time.
Although, to be fair, he's lasted longer in Australia than Alex has.
Fuck off. It's true. But how long is he there? A week? A week. Yeah. Same thing.
Me and Alex actually spoke more when I was in Prague and he was in Australia at
100%.
different times. We spoke all the time. And now it's like, podcast tomorrow. Thumbs up.
Sure. Yeah.
You don't even get a thumbs up,
I do sometimes.
do you?
No, he'll
Okay.
text me
Okay.
individually.
I
after
text
the
him
group chat.
individually.
Reply.
Just making sure you got this. Lads, welcome back. Another episode's been a couple of
Good to
weeks.
be back. It's actually been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been many comps have passed by. At least that's how it felt. It's only been about a month, really, maybe three weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
But we've gotten quite a few comps done in that time frame. So I suppose, Adam, welcome. Your first time coming up for one of our podcasts. You've been here obviously a few times in the gym. How was everything? How was your travel? I know off camera you had mentioned you had a couple of train journeys on the way here.
All good. It was all good. Yeah, I just got the train up and the taxi. Sure, it's chill.
So and now we're here. We get a bit of training in. Some of your crew coming up to join us later.
Yeah.
So we should get a bit of a session. And Alex is deloading, so he won't be training.
Again.
As always.
Just topless bicep curls.
Oh, fuck yeah. Sick. That's what I'm here for.
That's literally what he's here for. So for anyone that's not familiar with Adam, Adam is a strength coach based out of Cork, Phenom Gym in Cork, a powerlifter, dabbles in strongman, been around the scene for quite a long time, as long as anybody else here, if not longer. Adam's a very, very familiar face across multiple federations and, like I said, in strongman and powerlifting. Also, quick shout out, Jamie Fitz, of course, as usual, on our ones and twos today. Jamie actually made his strongman debut a couple weeks ago.
Oh, he did,
on the weekend of Junior Nationals. He actually didn't have a terrible day. He did have a limp for a week and a half. But other than that, he actually did really, really well. We'll get you on to talk about it later, Jamie. You maybe grab one or two of the strongman juniors and bring them on for another pod. Your pods seem to be more popular than this one. For some reason.
Yeah.
They
They get all the talk, like, yeah.
But lads, any scale? What's the crack? What have we all been up to? I suppose I'll start first because no one ever asks me. So
Yeah, do actually. You start.
Too busy talking about yourself anyway.
I only made a podcast to talk all the time. This podcast was Alex's idea, like.
It was,
Definitely
yeah.
not.
I was actually with him when he came up with it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I competed Pro-Am Clash weekend, first time in 18 months, just a little over 18 months I competed. I had a reasonably good and bad day.
I think you did good.
I think I did all right, yeah. It was a weird one. I got my first ever reds in squats ever, which is fine. These things happen. But I stood up at 327.5, which
Gym PB.
maybe on another day. Gym PB. I mean, I
go.
definitely put it down as a training max for sure.
100%.
You know what I mean? It was like...
Look good to me, bro. Look good to me.
Listen, it's any other day, maybe another referee, who knows, could have gone either way.
Yeah.
But 3 red lights is pretty definitive.
yeah.
Or did I get 2?
You got
No,
two.
you got
I
two.
got-
You
you
were
got two,
right
you
in
got-
the
yeah,
front.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
your
In front.
two sides.
Yeah, and look, these things happen. I got out 317. That was the first. I got 1 red on the 317. So
You
I was
did,
like,
yeah.
oh, I'll go out and I'll try and bury it a little bit more. And sometimes it's just the game's the game. You move on, but I'm happy enough to have stood up with it. Bench dropped lost 10 kilos off that. Class, shoulder injuries, getting old is cool. Cortisone injection makes you think like it don't hurt no more, though, so that's also cool. Deadlift, all right. What did we pull? 327. You were loading the numbers. I think it was 327.
Yeah, and then you missed 335.
And then I missed 335. But I held on
barely.
held on for dear life.
Fucking twerking at the top for a half hour with it. It was class.
That was very good. I was happy with it. So overall, I was happy with it. Within 111, got to compete with Scott Dean. Really
that was
good
a good little battle. Like
good little battle there.
Class to see him as well.
Class to see him like transitioning over. He did great there. He did great. Again, a couple of calls didn't go his way. But that's the way it is for everyone. He could have been, one more attempt there, left or right.
It
could have been a different outcome.
Yeah, 100%.
So very, 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 very enjoyable.
Sure, if he had gotten his last deadlift, he would have beat you. Like,
He'd have beat me, yeah.
He got it to his fucking knee pretty much,
Yeah, no, he did a good job. But I seen his second. I was like, oh yeah, he's on for it. Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Good job.
so did I. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I was like, well done, man. Fair play.
like, shit.
But it was like me and I hadn't competed. I can't remember what year, but a good few years ago it was nationals
2018?
in Santry. It was the last time
Ah,
I competed with
yeah.
Scott Dean.
In the
sports
yeah, I remember that. That was my first nationals. That was great.
So
that was great crack.
that was last time me and him got to share a platform. I think he was 83 kilos at the time.
No, he wouldn't have been. I think he was 93.
I don't know.
Nah, he would have because
Maybe
he was in 93 when I started.
Possibly.
So, yeah,
possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the last time we got to share a platform together. So that was
Crazy,
very, very
yeah.
enjoyable. Were you at the Clash?
I was.
You came up. Oh, yeah, you were.
Just
You
for
came
the
up.
actual clash.
Yeah, yeah. What did you think of it?
I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was
it was
sick,
packed now, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It was
full.
packed. So it was
fucking
hard to
house.
see things, but like it was good that it was packed.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, no, it was good. And I
was
think the
packed.
pro-am was decent overall. Pro-am on Clash and Pro Weekend always feel flatter. Just it's you're not the star of the show for it.
Yeah.
You're not getting into the
Yeah,
promos.
you're not.
You're not getting on the banner.
No one cares. No one cares about you, bro.
You're D2.
Yeah,
Get out.
yeah, yeah,
And the
basically.
battles of D2 are actually probably more exciting.
D2 was class. I thought it was unreal.
It was with the battle of the bottoms.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie Fitz's compadres. Two boys came on. They had their own pod. That was actually
What did Jay call it? Clash of the Turns.
yeah, something like that. No, the belt for bottom place.
Yeah, it's class.
They did the presented jerky. Someone presented them the belt. It was cool. What else have we got going on? I've got another comp coming up. Going to do the GSP League in Clare Galway Castle in July. The events look kind of somewhat powerlifter friendly in that they won't interfere with my prep. I think the most interfering one is probably the dumbbell, but it's for one hand over. We don't know if it's for max or if it's for reps. I'm assuming it's for max, or it might be a ladder, Maddie was saying. And there's one medley, so one cardio event. So one loading medley, which I think is going to be like 3 items.
Nice.
And then $silver deadlift. I ordered the Cerberus $silver
said that,
things. They
Is
should
there
be
much of a difference between them, or do you know?
well, I spoke to Matty, so he has like $silver boxes that are 15 inches from the floor, whereas the Cerberus ones are 18 inches. But the weight distribution in the same place. I'll just stand on a 3-inch box or whatever, and that's it. Done. Give me the 15-inch deficit, and then that should be it should be handy enough. I think I'm hoping it's for max because their last GSP League event was for reps.
You don't want that for
So
reps.
no.
And do you know what? What's the story with all this strongman stuff, right? Because I know we're like, because obviously squat man doing it, and why is it so like? Why do you never know what the story is with the events
Until
like,
8 weeks out.
Literally, no. You know, it's like we might be doing this, but like it might get changed to this and this. We don't know if it's max or reps, and like that's just what it seems like. Whenever I'm talking to you or him about it, it's always the case. Is there a reason? Is it just how they do it? Is that even with like the? Because I have no idea, but like, is that even with the
larger events? You always know in weighing.
Okay,
events.
that's
Still,
what I was
there's
gonna
always
say.
something you have to ask though.
Yeah.
There's always something not written down.
Yeah, there's always something. And if it's not written down, sometimes you're better off not asking.
Yeah.
Because they put it in.
Then they
as a
might
rule,
fucking be like, oh yeah, that's a good one actually. Let's,
Actually, that was a great
change
idea.
it.
Everybody, this guy in the briefing,
Or they change it on the day. Anyway.
or they will
Yeah.
change it on the day. Like the time they changed my event 3 times in 3 days
They
leading
did
into
it.
it.
Same with Squat Man. Like he was there and he's like, same with voice. So yeah, the best changed like half the events. They're like
We're
something
benching
different.
now.
Yeah. I was like, all right, man. I was like, best of luck. I was like,
Yeah,
enjoy.
whatever a duck walk is. I don't know, they got him quacking or some shit. So usually you'll get it 8 weeks out. I think part of it is potentially tradition, we'll call it. It's just kind of the way it is.
Okay.
8 weeks is generally enough time to prep. There's kind of a wide base of skill sets, so you should probably always be training a moving event, some sort of front carry. You should always be training some sort of press event. You should be training always some sort of deadlift anyway. And basically you'll just do like an 8 week peak as you lead in. That's just how it'll go. You gradually ramp it up, and a lot of people will they'll train like gym based stuff barbells and dumbbells all week long until they do one events day, and they'll just do a comp run, and they'll just keep doing the times because literally it's like 60 to 75 seconds per event, and they'll just rack up what they can do. Can they do the comp weights or everything? If they can, what kind of times or what kind of rep range can they do? So I guess that's maybe one of the reasons it happens that way. Other reasons maybe it's disorganization. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way it's always been done, and that's the way it is. But big events like the finals for certain things, or like OSG, you'll know in advance what they're going to be usually if it's a big comp. So yeah, and now also me and you now working together. So Alex stepped in as my coach.
He begged me. It took me like 3 days to come around to the idea, and I was like, all right, fine.
Yeah, he did. I had to beg him. I was like, whatever you've been doing, I need some of that. So we're going to decide. I'm dropping into the 83 class. I'm going to ruin all my progress. We're going to maximize on what the potential could have been.
100%. Yeah,
we're going to talk about that. We're going to be working together for the foreseeable, obviously. But for the first comp that we'll have together outside of Strongman will be the Abs Pro weekend. So I'll be doing the Pro-Am there August 2nd. You Pro-Am?
Division 1.
D1? It's still cool. We'll still be on the same weekend, which is really cool. Maybe you're there D1 as well at that weekend.
It's going to be the outside competition, the first ever.
In the marquee.
Outside comp. Yeah.
In the car park.
I'm excited.
I
to see
better
it.
hope it's weather like this, though.
Oh, if it's weather like this, lads, we're laughing. I love this weather.
We would be,
too
but
warm.
that's also true.
It is possible.
That is
That's
also
true.
true.
Maybe
Yeah,
like
we
a
are
little bit
powerlifters.
colder.
It's also Ireland though. Like I can imagine it's going to go one or two ways. Like, do you know what I mean? It's
It's going to be scald and it's going to be raining.
Yeah.
Comp is off. What about yourself, Maeve? Yourself and Clarice. We'll get into it a little bit later, but I mean, updated the infamous IPF trust winner trust slides.
Trust, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. How was that? How did that come about? Or maybe I'm just going to touch on it later. We have it coming up anyway. But
Yeah, I don't mind when we touch on it an hour later.
yeah, all right, we'll get into it fully later. But I mean, really, really cool opportunity though for both of you to kind of move forward there, because those slides got a good bit of traction.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to get at least like the same amount of acknowledgement for the actual updates than just the
100%.
controversy behind them. And you've got training. You're 6.5, 7 weeks out now from your own comp as well.
Yeah. 6.5 weeks.
How are we
there.
feeling? Summer open coming.
Good. I think.
I knew she wouldn't just leave it at good as well. I knew it. I was waiting for it, waiting for a butt or something.
No, like April was like a little bit of a sporadic month, obviously, because we were at comps every single weekend, and it wasn't just to like go to a comp on a Saturday and a Sunday. It was go Friday, set up, be there Saturday,
It's
Sunday,
a 3-4 day thing. Like
get back Monday. So I felt like I was on the back foot for like all of April, but I had some like really good training last week that built some momentum into this week. So I'm just like, okay, I've like a job to do in 6.5 weeks. Just put my head down and do it.
Yeah. I think you're in for a pretty good day overall.
Yeah.
Managing expectations is always something that has to happen. And again, I think it's harder as well when you've had like multiple back-to-back 9 for 9 days. It's like, how are we going to deal with a missed attempt? Because it's coming. It's coming.
It's coming. Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
We've like been talking about it in like the sense of a game plan, in that like bench, I probably know I'm going to go like potentially 2 for 3, because we're going to see if we can go for my upper reach, say, on bench. So like I know that like this is potentially not going to be a 9 for 9 day. So like I've been chatting about it like with Amelia and just how I'll approach it and what my outlook will be. And because like I haven't not gone 9 for 9 since we started working together. So I don't even know what that's like anymore. And it's nearly like, but I look at my open powerlifting afterwards and I could have like a really good day and I'll be like, oh, but I only went 7 for 9. And I'm like, will I take that to heart kind of thing. So it's about like reframing that. And like at the end of the day, the total is going to be like fucking massive anyway. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, no, that's the attitude. That's what I want to hear. Some woman. That's the attitude. Alex, what about yourself? You got some big news? Cat's out of the bag now, no?
Do you want me to say it now or do you want to wait till later? I don't really care.
Oh, no, we'll get into it a little bit later, but maybe we'll take just, or do you want to mention it? We'll make them hang for it. Will we? How's life going, Alex? How's training? make them have to tune into the end.
Keep them guessing. Yeah, life's good, man. Life's good. Like same as Maeve. It's just been fucking all over the place. I've been deloading there for the past 2 months. Just because quite literally.
I was coaching him.
Deloading for the last 2 months because I just haven't been able to get like a full week of training in. So I've been like just lucky to get 3 sessions in a week now. The last fucking month and a half, just with competitions and stuff.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about earlier, we were laughing. We were saying like it's so funny how we've got to stop lying to ourselves and saying that we're gonna train on comp weekends.
comp weekends, it's just not
Just
gonna
like
Just doesn't happen.
I'll fucking pack a bag with like my inserts and my belt and all that shit, and then I'll just get there, and after a full day handling, I'm like, man,
Like really, all I needed was clean jocks and a
man,
toothbrush.
literally, like the last thing I was doing, clean jocks. You bring those
Jocks?
yeah,
Who
yeah,
wears
wait,
jocks?
what? Yeah, but but yeah, I gotta stop lying to myself saying I'm gonna do that because it's so. In theory, it's a great idea, and then you actually get there and you're like, "Fuck this, man." I feel like it'd be more counterproductive trying to train after
Yeah.
those weekends than anything like that. So, but yeah, it seems the comps have died down a small bit anyway. So like, well, we're literally going to Belfast this weekend, but after that,
Yeah, another one.
it'll be it should have died down slightly. So that'll be it'll be nice to actually just prioritize just training. But outside of that, yeah, things are going good, man.
Yeah,
Things
sick.
are good.
Sick. Pause. Camera. Adam's camera should be. Adam, what about yourself? How's training going? Comp's coming up. I know we had said you're going to be getting into the Abs Pro weekend as well, doing Division 1 there. How's everything? How's life going? You doing any strongman stuff recently? What's going on?
Yeah, no strongman stuff anyway. Powerlifting only. So yeah, everything's going well. Training's going great. I don't know. I gained weight.
what are you sitting at now?
101 to 102. Depending
Oh,
on
yeah,
how
that's
bloated I
heavy
am
for you,
in
yeah.
the morning.
Yeah.
You know? Because I was this weight before, back when I did. Was that a February Open in City Gym?
Oh yeah. The infamous February
Yeah.
Open weigh-ins.
Yeah, we know all about that. And but that's the weight I would have been that morning.
Right.
It's 102 point something, maybe 103. But I rushed to get up there.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't eating enough protein. I wasn't doing.
Yeah, you just eat a lot of pizzas.
Yeah. Just
Literally,
Yeah.
like,
We've
Pizza
we've
with
all been
extra
there.
cheese. That was,
Yeah.
Pizza,
Bulking.
Chinese.
Yeah. And sure, training was going well. Like from gaining weight, it was going well. Now that I'm doing it properly,
It's going really well.
really well.
Yeah.
Because I was up there and I cut all the way back down in Germany. What I was 88.6 or something.
Oh really? Wow. Fuck.
Or 89.6 with the water cut.
Shit. Yeah, but still like yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
So going back up now.
You look denser, but body comp wise, like your face looks more or less the
Yeah.
same.
That's
Yeah.
just better than the last time.
Yeah, like you don't. Yeah,
Jack.
you just look bigger. Like, do you know what I
But
mean?
even
But-
like that, like snoring, sleep apnea, non-existent,
Class.
which is last time.
and you bench 180 now.
and I mentioned
So,
it
I mean,
once.
yeah, hey, no, you bench 180. That's it.
This is your 180 bencher.
Yeah, that's
that
it.
was
Like,
it. Like I was benching what 165 on a good day the last
Yeah.
time. So
Class.
and that's like my secondary day work.
Yeah,
you
sick.
know?
Yeah.
So that's going well. Squat's going really well.
Yeah.
That's the one thing is like this body might not be the optimal like Joe. You'd expect like a bit leaner, but I just can't squat. If I,
Yeah. Yeah.
When I'm this weight, I feel better.
Yeah.
It's the right amount of calories to fuel my training. And I can squat well.
Everything's
Easy.
going well. That's all
it.
you want, really.
The training's going well. The Abs Pro was it 12 weeks now that weekend,
Yeah, 12 weeks out,
Yeah.
yeah.
and everything. I've been hitting PBs before we started the prep.
Yeah. Class. There's nothing better, like, is there?
What are
You're
you
just like-
hoping for up around squat? I know it's like always difficult to tell, but you know,
The goal was 280.
oh,
It was 280.
Yeah.
Now I don't know.
so now it could be
Well, there's
more.
only
Yeah,
one
more.
other number after 280. Like,
Yeah,
there's nothing in between. you know what I mean?
300.
Yeah.
But like I
280,
can't fathom, like let's say 300. I can't fathom doing that. Like
Yeah.
like I remember
Yeah.
telling people, "Oh, my lifetime goal is just like squat 200." You know.
Yeah.
So
Now I wanna
300 is
bench it.
something
Yeah. Literally.
crazy, like you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going really well. Bench. The goal was 180. Look, if you get that with the proper pause and commands, I'm still happy with
100%.
that.
Yeah.
And deadlift, just put 10 kilos, 310. So
Yeah.
it's not unreasonable.
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
Deadlift is going back to the stiff bar was actually harder than I thought.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's just-
found it. I've had times where I found it very challenging.
Yeah, like I thought, because when we were in Malta, we had to use a stiff bar.
Yeah,
that one
yeah, yeah.
session we did, and that was great. I thought,
Yeah,
this
you
is
were-
this
yeah.
is better than the deadlift bar. And then I went back to it and just with the placing of where to put the bar and stuff.
Yeah.
Getting used to that, but we have it figured out now. So just
Getting
getting
you grow back
stronger.
on.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that's something I found as well. In the past, I'd prepped for Abs 10, me and Ken, and Nolly, the three of us had like a little battle
Oh,
there.
yeah.
And I had, that was my first time on a stiff bar in quite a while. And I'd found it quite difficult. Some of it was coming back from the injury, not being able to, having to switch hands and not being able to fully get an underhand grip. And during the prep for the last comp, it was something that I was really conscious. I'd been doing so much strongman stuff, and I had missed, I'd missed a deadlift my previous comp on grip, and I was like, well, the strongman stuff is not going to actually serve my specific
Yeah.
powerlifting deadlift grip. Sure, I'll get better at farmers and shit,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
not
yeah.
at deadlifts grip wise. So it was something I really worked on coming off the back of it, because I knew I wanted to go into August. If I'd qualified pro or qualified pro or pro-am, I knew I wanted to do it, and I knew it was going to be stiff bar. So it was something then I've I found this time around it's been so much easier because I put in a whole prep of attempting to not use a strap at all, and I found it much better. And
Your deadlift's gotten worse as well. So it's
yeah, my deadlift's gotten worse, so it's like it's not easier to hold on to either way, and you would know.
I don't. I still drop it. I still can't hold on to the fucking thing.
You have to train, Alex. You have to train.
Man, I'm deloading, man. For fuck's sake.
Alex on a
Setting
deload,
myself up
65
for it.
kilo deadlift. Man's not even putting reds on the bar.
Yeah.
I seen him benching with sub juniors yesterday. It turned out it wasn't a sub junior, it was Alex on the bench. Sorry, I love you, Alex. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Just remember who's writing your program for next week. Tens on high bars.
But yeah, so your last comp then, that was Cologne.
I did.
Or you
one
did
in
something in
Scotland.
Jane. Oh,
Oh,
you
yeah,
Scotland.
yeah, yeah.
Well, what was that like?
It was good. Like Scotland is lovely.
In Scotland,
Class,
is nice. What
class.
was the comp?
Scotland was
Yeah.
The comp was grand. It was training was going well.
Was that the
enough.
one in the one Lenny did as well, or was it the one
No, it was
the recent one?
The recent
The
one.
Glasgow one.
Yeah.
The one where everyone looked red on camera.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
camera
I'll
stream.
show you a video later. I look like I'm gonna die. Yeah. So
Were you?
Debatable.
We'll tell the story. Make your own decision. So grand did a water cut. Never doing a water cut again.
Fair.
It was kind of
Fair.
my second time properly doing one.
Yeah.
They just don't work. Like, I just lift less, and I would have got more dots if I didn't do the water cut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been there.
Literally, yeah.
So yeah, I got there and everything. Everything was grand. It was inside kind of a debate chamber, but it was upstairs.
Yeah, it was like
There
something
was
like
no-
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
they
was
literally,
there.
yeah.
But there was nowhere to like get outside. You know, you
Oh,
have to kind
shit.
of go down kind of 2 flights of stairs to get
Yeah.
it. Joe, and when it's really warm, you want to get outside.
Of course. You're just competing in general. It's just
Yeah.
nice to get a bit of air in, yeah.
That's it. Go out for a vape. That's
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And then warming up and everything felt alright. But it's like my body is really slow to get rid of the water, but it's also really slow to get it back in.
Okay, right.
Okay.
I don't know if it's just the process in my body or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Even then, like, because Leah was doing my water cut, and I'd be texting her, and she was like, "Oh, did you pee today?" I was like, "Yeah, just once." And she's like, "Oh, it should be like
You should be
a lot
like
more
pissing,
than
like,
once."
yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Holy
Also,
shit.
they cancelled my flight at 6 o'clock in the morning. My flight was at 9 or 10,
Oh my
and
god.
just because my girlfriend was getting up for work, I'd woken up.
Oh my
and saw
gosh.
the thing. So luckily, I could book a flight to Edinburgh. I got thing. It was grand. It cost money, but it was grand. At least
Still, like-
there was only 3 seats left, so at least I got up.
Yeah,
I was up early, and I could get a flight, or else you
wouldn't be there.
Yeah, literally, like,
Yeah.
literally.
Because I think
Fuck.
Colin's flight was delayed as well.
Oh, Conor Larkin.
Yeah, he had to get a different flight, and then around 12 o'clock, there's a storm over there,
Oh, shit.
so that should have been a sign. I was like,
Yeah.
that was the first sign. No, don't spend the 200 euros. Just don't go.
Yeah.
But everything was grand. Squats were all right. Joe, you just feel a bit more sluggish than normal.
It's even like you said, if you're just, when you're smaller, you just feel like you can't squat as well. Anyway, so like.
So I
feel
did
like something like that
270 in
notice.
prep, and it was relatively easy. Where we'd be like, maybe if you're feeling good, go for 275 or something. And I did 262 as my second, and it was like, nah, we're going up 5 kilos.
Yeah.
That's it. And it was a grind. Got it. Happy enough with that. And then after that, I was just hands just cramping.
Fuck, yeah,
Like
yeah.
warming up for bench. Like I did 150 or maybe 155 was my last warm up, and I was like, I couldn't let go of the bar.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And then so I was opening 165. Too late to change it. Just did 165, 167, and failed 170. And I'd done 170 a couple of times in prep.
Fuck.
So that was that. And then deadlifts was nearly the opposite. My hands had kind of swollen up. And deadlifts actually felt good. They felt really strong. Opened on whatever 270 or something like that. Grand.
Class.
290, good. Could feel it slipping in my left hand.
Yeah.
And Jer gave me one red light for my knee because I was trying to catch it.
Yeah, I
Like,
know what you mean, yeah.
So I got that. It was grand. But I knew there was like, I could have gone down in weight. I was going to drop it. Didn't matter.
Yeah,
It could
yeah.
have been 220. Like you're going to drop it.
Yeah.
So just put in like 292. And then your man, Henry Rager, he's done a few comps.
Yeah.
He had to pull he was just going for the 460. So he didn't care about winning.
Hmm.
So he put in whatever for 460. Missed it. So I was like, oh, I've won. It was like easy. And then, so I was probably a bit kind of, Joe, you turn off for the last pull as well because you're grand.
Yeah.
Then another guy who failed 300 went up to 315 or 310 or something like that. Pulled it perfectly and won. And you're not even mad. You're
Yeah,
not
you
even
can't
mad.
be.
You're
What do
You
you
can't
do?
be. You're
That
just
was the
like,
What are you gonna do? All right, yeah.
fair enough, yeah.
Good job, bro. Well done.
But
It's your day.
But yeah, that was the main take from that is like no more water cuts.
Yeah. Oh man.
Like
yeah.
my electrolyte balance, I couldn't sleep all night. My
Oh, fuck.
electrolyte balance, I only like after comp I'd sleep.
Be tough
I
anyway,
don't go out like I just go
Yeah.
to bed. you know?
Yeah. Just stared at the ceiling.
And I was there by myself, just couldn't sleep the whole
Oh
night.
fuck, man.
And even the day after, all my hands were swollen. So I was like,
It's not a
no
good time.
point
Yeah,
doing
just-
this,
Not fun.
Yeah,
Not fun.
I've no real desire. Like, I'm sure there will be a time where I want to do another cut. I'm working with a guy called Will Clark at the moment. I'm a nutrition. Will Clark's he's a strong man. He works under a guy called Maximus McCall. Maximus does like Stoneman's nutrition and stuff like that. A couple of other big names as well. But I'll be working with him to come down to 100. I just want to sit at a flat 100 and then just kind of stay there for the foreseeable. Unless I do like a strongman comp at 105. Obviously, the powerlifting comps I'm going to compete at to count anywhere is going to be at 100 kilos or 110. So the plan is to stay at around the 100 mark and then maybe go up to 105, 110 here and there, but very, very slowly. But yeah, like for me, on my days of cutting going into a comp, unless I like have a very specific like reason, I've always tried to preach to people like, you got to be careful with the cut because you're like, the strategy for me is if you're going, especially with a 24-hour weigh-in, if you're going to go in with a cut, then you have to go in with that kind of formula in mind that you're going in for a DOTS best or Wilks best formula, and you're going to allow your total to come down in order for the DOTS or Wilks to go up relative to body weight. So you can't go in and go, I'm going to get the best total I've ever had and the best DOTS, and I'm going to cut 10 kilos. Even if it's 5 kilos, it just doesn't matter. Like you're not having that day. You try to tell people all the time, and I'm like, everyone should like, maybe not everyone, but try it out once. If you want to do it, it's definitely like gives you an extra level of like locked in.
Oh yeah, you feel like more of an athlete.
Yeah,
like, and you
so
have
there's
to-
definitely like from an identity perspective, that's legit. That checks out.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it just feels like it's not even comp week if you're not trying to do something new. Or it's like,
Literally.
I feel more anxious if I don't have like stuff to fix it because you've way less training to do. There's no numbers that
Yeah,
you're
there's more
chasing out.
going on. Like
You know what I mean? So it's
100%.
like I need something
It's
to
like, what's
kind
my
of do.
purpose?
Yeah, what's my purpose this week? Like I'm competing in like 4 days. What am I doing?
Yeah.
So I think from that perspective, it has its uses. But yeah, like I said, I probably say this now. I'm coming into August. Anyway, Alex, I was thinking I'm gonna drop 6 kilos 3 days.
Literally, like I'm waiting for it. You get into one of those moods where you're just like doing maths at home.
Yeah.
Just calculating up a load of totals. You're like, right, if I cut to 74, right?
It's the problem.
and I keep my total the same, I'm actually gonna be the best in the world.
Now you just sound like Lauren.
And the DOTS calculator has like 10 results of all these different things you've been.
Here, lads, I was thinking 59s.
He said that to me.
I
Before.
know.
He wanted me to go 59.
Hear me out, right? No, just listen. Now.
If you keep your total the same, lad. Like, fuck off.
We'd be a world champion in Bangladesh. I hear they're getting SPD sponsors and things.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna go, lads. If we can move into Clash of Titans, we're still talking about Ab series, right? We obviously just came off Clash of Titans 3 weekend. It was a big farewell to the Abs HQ.
Yeah.
We've all competed there, right? Mm-hmm. Everyone. Who was
I mean,
the-
no, Article 14, no, I've never competed there.
Nah, I didn't like
Never.
comp there.
Never.
Yeah, it was an IPF comp.
Yeah. Actually,
It
one
was.
of them was.
One of them was, yeah.
I mean, no, that was the only one that did, yeah.
Any other comps you did weren't, there was no Article 14 then?
No, there was.
For that pro-am that
Yeah.
Johnny Cremens did?
Yeah, it wasn't even. My cousin competed.
Cousin Johnny.
He's my favorite grandma.
Alex Gremlin. And Jamie did the last comp in there as well. It was the strongman comp the following day. Was it the following day or the following
Yeah.
weekend?
Nah,
Following weekend.
weekend.
That was Junior
Junior
Nationals. So yeah, Jamie actually technically did the last comp at Abs.
Yeah, it's true.
Class.
So I think Collie got to close out the show.
That was class.
Yeah,
that was
it
unbelievable.
couldn't have been more appropriate.
Dave
was
McGee from here got to do the last ever
class.
squat on that platform.
Oh,
Yeah, he did the last ever squat.
Unreal.
That'll be his claim to fame. No,
That's it.
Jack Kenny took him off the board, boy, and it's a long road to try and catch Jack Kenny. So at least he gets that. He gets to go, I did the last ever squat at the Abs HQ. So at least I'm happy he got that out of it. he fucking loved it too because he lives for it, boy.
No, 100%.
Yeah, it was a weird one, man. The comp itself was like good, obviously. I'll never forget you coming over to my house a couple of days later, saying to Maeve, and he's like, you and Kenny were talking about it. Benson rocks back up for the Clash, and he's in the back. Oh, I put up John Hack wearing a pair of cargo pants. and
No.
shit.
I need to give more context to this, right? This is like the funniest thing ever because it was like Benson competed, and he turns around to me and just before the class starts, he's going, I'm just gonna go home, get changed, come back, and I'll be back later. Like, Grant, whatever. So obviously Benson went home, had his shower, got changed, and he was just celebrating. He had a few pints or whatever before he came back.
Yeah.
So this fella rocks up into abs with like a pair of cargos and fucking Jordan 1s on, and he's like half cut as well, and he's just in the warm-up room because it was like for a third deadlift, so all the lads were coming through, like they're walking through the crowd. Ben's just standing there, just every lad that was going up just hyping him up for his last deadlift, like just pure langers in a pair of Jordans.
I wasn't langers.
You
I was
actually
like-
weren't. I don't think we had anything to drink at that
No,
point.
I think I had 2 points for a
You-
goal.
yeah,
did you?
you,
Okay.
yeah,
I had
you-
2 fast points.
you-
Like, that was it.
But you're on a nice buzz. You're on a good buzz anyway. Like, and I think it was that and the come down of the camp.
Yeah,
but
right.
it was just, man, it was the funniest. Me and Jack were pissing ourselves.
So when he said it to Joe,
You're like, come on, John. Like, imagine you're John Hack and you're over there, and you're like, who the fuck is this?
You
fella?
got this, brother.
You're like,
You got some sauce, bro.
like literally, just standing there, man. It was the funniest thing ever. Like, I fucking.
Justin Zottle's there like this, like preaching out shit out of the Bible. It's super intense, and I'm like, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on right now. No, that
I got these new grape salts if you want to try.
you gotta try your way. You can find out.
Man.
And the funniest part of that was actually the cab on the way over. In the back of the cab. So
Yeah.
remember we were trying to
Oh,
get a taxi for ages.
Yeah.
And some fella rocks up in a wheelchair taxi, which is fine. But we needed a taxi for like how many people? For five?
5.
For 5 people. Obviously, car, 3 seats at the back, 1 at the front. So we had requested one from the hotel to send over one that would take up to 5 people. Technically, it would take up to 5 people.
He texts me and he's like, I'm in the back of a wheelchair taxi. Because he was taking ages to come to the camp. I was like, man, where are you? Like, he's like, waiting ages for a taxi. He's like, I'm in the back for a wheelchair one. I goes, no, you're not. And he just it was like, fair enough.
Those people just laid up.
So yeah, this is how he was dressed, handling the boys, like getting them all hyped up for their last deadlifts. It was the funniest thing ever. I couldn't get over it.
John Hack called Jack Kenny skinny.
Oh, crazy.
It was a great weekend. It was a great weekend.
Jack had to take me to the chemist. I know Jack wanted to mention it, but
Oh yeah, Jack had to take you to the chemist. I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll bring it up again when Jack is back. Why did Jack have to take you to the chemist, Matt?
Yeah, you're crazy. You're openly talking with the go on, go for it.
because I needed some laxatives.
Maeve hated his shit.
Pretty much, yeah.
This is like a common trend with you.
It
Comp,
is, yeah.
comp weekends.
Maeve needs poo.
No, literally last week
Outside.
she's like pure whispering to me, I could do with a poo right now. It's like, okay.
I get it though. It's stressful because the bathrooms are always bad.
I'm
Yeah,
not
no,
pooing
for-
in
in
a
fairness.
Holding it in,
sports loo.
you know,
Yeah.
for a whole day.
Yeah, Portaloos are not the one.
No, and I was up in a heap. Like Tracy had fucking said it and all. I was bent over in pain.
Oh, there's nothing worse though, to
lot
be
of
fair.
gas.
I think Ian, every time you were like, "How are you getting on at the camp?" I'm like, "I just need shit."
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Everything all right, bro? I honestly need this shit. That's the beauty of a hotel comp, actually.
Yeah.
It is.
If there's
It is.
anything about
You
hotel
can
comps,
shit in peace.
there's like good toilet, like really, really good toilets. So it's got
Actual
that
decent
going. For it.
toilets.
Like decent toilets that people they have staff to come in and clean them.
Yeah.
Like that's like top props for that. Like honestly, maybe we should do more hotels.
Bare minimum, yeah.
Like all we want is some just somewhere to wash our hands and take a
Jacks.
shit.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? Where the floor gets like cleaned every now and then.
Literally.
We get off the toilet talk, but yeah, atmosphere. Atmosphere, I thought was excellent. Obviously for pro-am, the no complaints per se, but the music was so trash.
Man.
I came out to my third deadlift, or my second. It was my
the second
second deadlift to Madonna Like a Prayer, and and I don't think it wasn't until afterwards it was. Did I just pull to Like a Prayer? Like the OG version. He was like, I think so, bro. I was like, and I think it was just whatever was going on with the music, it was just like whatever playlist, it was just running into the next one. There was no one selecting music. It was just
Man,
the
it
most
was,
random
it was
stuff.
terrible. Yeah.
I was
so
like,
bad.
this is so bad. There is no vibe.
There's
here at
nothing.
all.
Yeah, it was just a weird one, wasn't it? It was. Yeah, that was strange.
It was a weird one in general. Like, I think like I had done an interview the day before for weigh-ins with Jay, where I'd said it to you and Lawrence. I was like, oh, Jay got super like emotional. So obviously we've known each other for a long time. I've been involved in the app series for a long time. So he sits down and he's asking me questions about it. And I'm just kind of running on about the tunnel. There's a lot of history there and the history of this, and you can see he's kind of getting like more and more emotional because I'm obviously quite invested in the series as well. And we're going through the history of it and this and that. And he kind of stands up, asks me one more question, and kind of stands up, has to walk off for a second. I'm like, you crying? No, no. And I'm obviously not wrong with it. It's just weird to see it when it's Jay.
Yeah, it was Jay.
And so he got very emotional, man. Obviously, like for him, he put everything into this. He's rolled so many dice just to keep it going. Like Jay is chaos, but I think you need to be a little bit chaotic in order to keep that thing afloat. Otherwise, it will break you.
Yeah.
Like you have to be a bit loopy in order to like do.
No,
it
you
with-
can't.
with
You
his,
can't do that job and be a normal, functioning human. Like you
no,
can't.
I mean the amount of nights he's had to sleep in the gym or give up whatever, and you know he's managed to get it this far. But you have to be able to put up with that shit. Like this dude's not normal anyway. I mean,
No.
this guy was in his 20s. He was like shooting people with guns in a desert. You know what I mean? Like getting blown up in a tank. Like that's not normal. But yeah, it was interesting just to see him get so emotional with it. I think but Jay, yeah, you won't listen, but if you ever do, well done, my friend. Honestly, I think it's been a credit to you. I think it changed the landscape of Irish powerlifting, and you know, I think it definitely brought the untested, or at least the non-IPF world of powerlifting to the front again.
Yep.
Yeah.
It brought back in knee wraps, became popular again. Or at least it brought it into a whole new audience. Deadlift bars back to a whole new audience.
I think it really brought a real standards to untested lifting.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. I think it
the main-
really
the
upped the
main
standard
thing.
of it. That's the main thing. I think it was really like, because that's what it was known. It was like it's like the IPF for untested.
It also
That's what it
just
was.
like brought another platform for like your D1, your D2.
Yeah.
It allowed for like
Which is
regional
huge.
level lifters to have a bigger platform.
Somewhere that they could be competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and actually provided like their rivalries with some airtime, and otherwise people who otherwise you wouldn't be invested in. You know what I mean? Because it was like, who's going to win D2? Who's going to win D1?
Yeah.
All these things started to matter. So I think, what do we think? Like, what's the legacy of the Abs HQ? What are you going to miss the most? Do you know what I won't miss? Going up to that gym for comps in the winter time.
No, you just have to
Praising
go.
my
You
boss.
just have to go to the same business park.
Yeah.
around the corner.
At least they'll have toilets.
Here, relax.
We don't know.
Don't go too far.
Yeah, we have to actually go in there first.
100%.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to more comps moving around the country now.
Yep.
So that's going to be fun to see kind of where they end up landing around the rest of it, because obviously you need to have, if you're running a pro-am, you need multiple monos. There's only 2 gyms I can think of with that. That's Southside and Edge Cronin's.
Yeah.
Anywhere else with multiple monos? Other than that, it's like
enough.
With even one, like
Yeah,
they never
yeah.
won.
I've got one.
You've got one.
I've
Yeah,
got
that's
one,
it.
but I've got just one.
Yeah.
There's one
That's it.
in. Was there one in Best Body?
No.
No. I think the only way it moves around.
Kings
the pro-
Gym have one.
Kings have
We
one.
run a camp in there.
Run a camp in Kings.
That would actually be class.
Niall, Marshall Matters way. Get on to us.
Shout out.
Run a camp out of Kings. I've never actually been. I actually wouldn't mind going in there for a quick
It's
pump
cool.
session.
It's cool.
Where
yeah.
is it?
It's in town.
Literally down the road, like.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not. Yeah, it's not fair.
Yeah, I'd go and check it out. Go in for a lol. See if some of the boys.
It is
are
good.
gonna
It
catch
is,
pump.
I've been in there a few times. Like it's back in the OG days. It's cool.
Yeah, I like
Very
it.
old
It's-
school.
It's
Very,
old,
very, very old
hardcore,
school. Yeah, yeah.
That's what I like.
I like
about it. But yeah, what do we reckon? What are we going to miss the most from the Abs HQ?
I think just like the general, because I don't think, it's like even from like talking to Jay, it's not, the Abs isn't over. So like in general, the only thing that's actually going to change is the venue. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
going to miss the most. Is just the vibe of the
The
venue.
vibe
And
of the venue,
I'm
yeah.
more curious as to how it's going to go, because remember that, was it last year when they did a pro outside of the venue, outside of Abs, and everyone was like, it didn't feel like an Abs pro.
Yeah, that was
So
in
that is my
the-
only worry, is that like it doesn't get to that stage again. But it's just, I think it's just like a new phase that it has to go into. And then like, as we've seen with the way powerlifting is growing in like the next 2 to 3 years, the majority of people that are within powerlifting won't even know Abs used to be a different thing. Do you know,
yeah,
like
it used to be-
genuinely, like
this
so.
used to be like a club and a gym.
Yeah,
It wasn't
yeah, yeah.
like a federation or an
Yeah.
organization or whatever. They're
Yeah.
like, what?
Even now, like talking to some people and being like, "Oh, Jay used to be the president." They're like, "That fella." And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I swear to God."
The
Like,
ABS guy.
Yeah, but genuinely, like
Gotta be
it's
average.
crazy with how quick of a turnaround it is. With how quick the sport is growing, like how much, within like a year or two, like the stuff that we don't know, people are like, I have no idea who this person is or what they've done.
There's
or
people in the
anything like
sport the last 2 years who've committed their entire identities to it,
yeah.
who wouldn't know who even Jay is.
No,
you know what I mean?
no.
There's It's wild just because, like you said, it is just growing that fast. How about yourself, Maeve? Anything that you'll miss from HQ in general?
I don't know. I think like knowing that you could walk in there like at any point in the day and there'd be like someone there to chat to, like even if you were up in Dublin, there was somewhere, like obviously there'll still be somewhere to train, but like it won't have, if it's in like a commercial facility now, it probably won't have the same club feel that it did have.
Yeah, it'd be weird not being able to go up and just walk in or need something.
Yeah.
Now, again, I'm not going to have a need to be in Dublin probably half as many times a year now to just go up and collect equipment or swap stuff around or whatever. But it's definitely like, there's definitely that, like, it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Would you have any fond memories of the HQ, Adam?
It's the familiarity of it, I think. I
Yeah.
don't know whether it's my autism or what, but like, Joe, you like knowing you're going to a place, you know where the warm-up room is, you know where everything is, you know who to ask if you need something, Joe.
Yeah.
It's definitely that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it kind of shapes up. I guess we'll find out in a couple of weeks, right?
I hope wherever they go, Karen gets to go with her shop. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Oh,
She'll be there.
Karen's
She'll be there.
Corner.
Yeah.
Shout out Karen Corner with Karen's Corner.
Class.
She absolutely saved me a handful of times.
Yeah, Karen's the bomb. I love Karen.
Legend.
She is great. Again, like you said, those familiar faces as you go
That's
in,
it, like, isn't it?
hopefully that can like still be there to some degree. Like I think it'll be retained for the most part, but again, it's going to continue to evolve. It's the inevitable side of it. As it gets bigger, new faces come in, old faces start to go, I don't really care for the sport anymore, which is fine. That happens all the time. So it'll be interesting to see where things start to move into. Other competitions that were on the following week, we've IrishPF Junior Nationals, guys. I know, Alex, we toyed around with the idea of doing like an individual episode for it, like kind of a lead up episode, but then we decided, you know what, let's not upset anybody and give predictions. This is everybody will get some airtime on it.
And we were
but-
also fucking so busy that week.
yeah, like that week was, but it would have been
That week was
impossible
awful,
to
yeah.
do it. But I mean, for me, so far, I'm going to find it hard and across any feds for another comp to top this.
Yep.
I thought it was incredible. Alex, what are your thoughts? Like junior head coach, any standout lifters, like the depth of the talent that was there was incredible. Like any kind of surprises for you?
Not necessarily surprises. Like there was nobody I think that, like you can kind of see, you know, it's powerlifting. It is what it is. Like you kind of know the numbers coming into it.
Yeah.
No one, not that I can think of now. I don't think there was any like major like upsets or anything like that. You know what I mean? Maybe upsets in terms of people that everyone thought were going to perform really well, possibly performing a bit worse than everyone had thought. But that they're the only major upsets. Like nothing like
Sad upsets.
yeah, like if you would like give me a list of every single person that won every weight class, like a week before it actually happened, I'd be like, yeah. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing that stands out to me. It's like, oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's doable. Yeah.
Like nothing I can think of now. Yeah, off the top of my head. Standout performances, obviously Phoenix. Like it's just, do you know what I mean? Like it's like that dude is, and obviously there's so many more. But like that kid is the future of powerlifting. Like you know what I mean? If he just stays in it, like for such a short time that he's been in it. I remember he competed at the teens camp only like less than a year ago. And I remember that he scored a 270 in sleeves. And
Everyone was like, whoa.
I was like, this is crazy. So that would be definitely a big standout one for me. But like honestly, I think just in general, like the standard of lifting throughout that whole weekend was fucking ridiculous. From sub juniors to juniors, like it was insane. Like if you would put like, and I know you can always say this, but like if you put like that, all of those juniors and sub juniors and had them compete at an open 5 years ago, they would have won.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Everyone would have gotten out total. Like, so I think it's so cool to see. It was just absolutely insane. You know, like Phoenix, obviously, people like Josh Ola, like winning best
Kerry.
lifter, Kerry, Max Lee, like all these like insane, all these little fucking aura farmers walking around the warm room. That is the one thing I would use to describe junior nationals. Man, aura farming, man. All these young fellas. Every single one of them. Watch them all for their last step of deadlift. They were all waiting 45 seconds. They were all using that minute before they went down for their last deadlift, like stalking the bar. And I was like all these lads in the warm room walking around like they're
It's like they almost rehearsed this.
100%. You know, all these lads been sitting in their bedroom for months, walking around
Inside their mother's bathroom,
practicing their celebrations,
biting their chain.
man. But do you know what? I love it. I fucking love that.
It was
like,
class.
I love
It
that.
was a show.
It was a show. There wasn't a single flight that was boring. Like there wasn't one. Like there was even like, let's say Saturday morning, I had no lifters and I was just helping handle with fucking whoever needed it. You know, in that kind of way, just giving a hand. And it was just, there wasn't a single session or a flight or anything like that that wasn't entertaining and wasn't wasn't good. I really think it was.
I wholeheartedly agree.
It was an incredible competition. It was one of my favorites in a very, very long time because obviously I missed Junior Nationals last year. So, and I heard that was the best comp of the year.
Same, I missed it last
so
year
I was
as well.
fuming. So I was delighted to be a part of this one, and it was incredible. And I'm very excited for the future of juniors in Irish powerlifting.
Yeah,
because
I
it's
can't
crazy.
wait for it.
It's crazy
I'd love
potential.
to see like a secondary junior. You know when like Abs has teens comps? I'd love to see like some sort of like junior something or other.
Like
Just-
junior league or like
or
something like
something.
that.
I don't know. I think maybe it's just I'm selfishly going like that was so much fun.
Yeah, no, you're 100% there, but it's dead right as well. It's dead right. Like it's class.
It was so much fun that I'd love to see like more junior things.
Yeah.
Like maybe a secondary junior comp.
Yeah.
You know, something
But
like
see,
that.
he's break down like that, but then at the same time when you look at it, it's quite
about
funny.
you,
Like
he's-
even like something I thought was more like, do you know what, the whole camp there were only 2 sub junior females that competed.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like, do you know what I mean? Just things like that where it's like so there is still so much more.
There's a lot more growing.
There's a lot more growing. You know what I mean? A lot more.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
So,
I
yeah.
thought it was excellent. I thought it was an incredible comp overall. Adam, what did you think of it? Who did you have there? Were you coaching anyone there? Were you just coaching as part of Phenom and part of the setup? Who did you have?
Yeah, I was coaching a few guys. Jamie O'Leary did very well. 9 for
Class.
9.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
Excellent.
Definitely more progress to be made as well. So that's fantastic. Another lad, Suey, he hurt his back on squat, but then came back and got the bench record. So
Unreal.
74, the one
class.
Dylan Potter had for
Oh,
6
unreal.
or 7 years.
Oh,
like.
unreal. Yeah, the
So that was-
untouchable
Yeah,
records.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah,
Remember
that's
Dylan
savage.
Potter?
And that was the goal. Like,
Yeah.
so I was like, look, it's
There
a
you go.
shame, but you got the
Look,
record.
yeah.
You got what
Yeah,
you came for.
You got what you came for.
So
Exactly.
yeah.
That's all that matters.
And then another lad, Joseph, was meant to be 83, put in 93. Didn't realize until 4 weeks before it texted me, and I was like,
Oh my god.
you can try email them, see. But he ended up pulling to come third in the sub junior.
And what was he weighing when he was that?
83.3 as well.
Okay.
So he was just there.
We've seen this
That's
before.
That is class.
There was no tricks. He went.
Yeah.
There was no tricks the first time either. It was a joke. It's a joke.
For the people that take it seriously.
It's a joke.
But yeah, he pulled I think he'd done 205 for 2 in training on deadlift, failed 210, pulled 225.
Fuck.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Shit.
Come third, and
That's
it was
class.
Just like
Whatever. Yeah.
It
Don't
was the
question
same on
it.
squat. Like everything was so easy. When it's so easy, you don't know what to load.
Literally. Yeah. You're
And
like.
then he missed his third squat by stepping backward at the top. You know,
Oh, I hate
and that could
those
have brought
ones.
him into second even then. You know,
Ah, fuck.
but great day for him. He was
Yeah.
well impressed with that.
Class.
But yeah, no, it was pretty good. Another one was Joey, Adam Loughane's coach.
Yeah,
Yeah. 74.
74,
Yeah.
coming first, and
It's
that
class.
was just crazy. Like
Yeah.
Joe, like I think on the training totals, your man was like 50 kilos ahead.
Yeah.
And the day just worked out perfectly. And then there was the moment afterward where his mom was there and his dad was there and they were crying. And Adam was
I
crying.
love
And
that,
Joey's
man.
crying.
It's
Yeah.
class. Very wholesome.
So that was definitely a standout one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
And he's
course.
been in Phenom since like 4th year now, just
Oh,
training
yeah.
away.
Oh, pure
love that.
OG.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Just constantly just training, like, so
Unreal.
he
Unreal.
deserved it as well.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, that's what I
class.
know. And Maeve, you handled your first ever national champion.
Ooh, go on,
So
move.
Yeah.
You worked you had Ellie for this. Ellie and Millie had like a really close,
A really
head-to-head,
tight battle, yeah.
really tight battle. Obviously, I'd gotten to work with Ellie down here a couple of times. They're incredibly talented lifter, as is Millie.
As is
course,
really,
yeah.
Really tight battle. Just could have gone either way. They
Yeah.
both missed the equal amount of lifts as well.
Yeah, literally.
Like it was like
Down
okay.
down to the wire.
It
like,
came
yeah.
down to the wire, man. It just came down to last pulls. Thankfully, Ellie just had the edge in the moment and on the day. Could have gone any other day.
Literally could have gone any other way,
Yeah.
especially like her deadlifts in training. I know like squat and bench are her more confident lifts. That's where she'd feel her best.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of knew coming into it that she would have to have like a 9 for or a 6 for 6 day
Yeah.
Yeah.
based off squats and bench. And she missed her last squat. She went for the record, and she kind of I think just got in her head a little bit. So kind of coming into deads, Millie had actually dropped her openers, so we kind of knew where we were going to end, what we needed. So it did make that kind of last bit of the day a little bit easier for her. She was able to kind of enjoy it a little bit more, but it was tight like the whole way through.
Yeah, I think some standout performances for me. Obviously, there's going to be some bias here, but there are also some other lifters that
Yeah.
I think everyone. First of all, before I go naming any
Yeah, I
lifters,
feel bad because I like didn't name
Like-
enough people there.
like before I go,
Everybody great.
There's people that I've had chances to work with in the past, people who I'm close with by proxy of my colleagues and other coaches. Some of their clients, or you're just going to develop relationships with some of their clients. It's just the way it goes time to time. So there are going to be some biases here to people that I've been close to that I know very well. But first of all, before that, the whole weekend from top to bottom, every flight, every lifter, you all put on a show, and it was incredible. And it's my favorite competition of the year. And we go to a lot of comps, and this one is going to just, I mean, it's so early in the calendar, and I feel like this is just going to be the top comp for me.
Like,
it was fantastic. Well done to every junior. Like, without each and every one of you, we would have nothing coming up down the line. It's literally like you guys are the future of the sport. Everybody else is going to age out. You guys are aging in, and
but
it's
like
just the way
their
it is.
sheer like passion and grow for it as well. Like
The
it's
grow
just,
for
like,
it
class.
is second to none. Like I couldn't get over it. Some standout ones for me. We've got AJ. Ham. He's Ham.
The goat, man.
Got to catch him for a few minutes. In the
He was
hotel
our
afterwards.
farming. He was our farming that whole competition.
He had an incredible day. Phoenix, what a fucking animal. What an animal.
Class.
I think Emil's had a great day.
Emil's a
He was
fantastic day.
very
that
exciting
was
to watch.
a lot closer than people think it was as well.
closer
You know what I
than
mean?
people think.
They really do.
For me, to watch Breen kind of bounce back. I think obviously I'd been very involved with himself and yourself coming into it, and he ticked every box.
Yeah.
On the days like that happen, you learn from them.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. The game's the game. We have those days, but it was to watch him kind of pick himself back up as the day went on. He actually improved as the day went.
Yeah, he could have
Which
just
is-
started like that.
If it
was
started
fucking
like that,
class.
it would have been great. Liam Malone was
The goat, man. The goat.
fantastic.
Yeah. My boy.
Maxley, fantastic to be around. Kerry, Josh, all of these boys. Ellie, like I said, even being around Millie while they were having the battle, because I think they were sharing the rack as well at one point.
Love
they
that.
warmed up
Love
together,
that.
like,
Warmed up together, no weirdness there.
No fucking stupid
chatting
drama.
the whole way through.
Yeah.
like,
Shout out to her, that was class.
Yeah.
Anyone else there? Obviously, my own lifters. Obviously, Alicia had a tougher day than she would have liked. I think tougher mentally than physically. Just we have those days. Very, very younger, 17.
Yeah.
One best sub junior. That for her, that's going to take. You know, she's bounced back quite well in training. But I mean, she actually held her own, and you can see her potential for the future.
Yeah.
And that's what that was about. Was just showing that potential, and
No,
better days will come.
she learned a lot from it.
She
like,
learned
you know.
a lot from it, and
It's like I
she
say,
got
like
better for it.
the only bad comp you can have is the one that you walk away from not learning anything.
Yeah.
That's
It's like,
true.
well, I know everything now. So what's the
Yeah,
point?
100%. 100%.
Obviously, we had Anya O'Neill, probably up there, one of my favorite performances.
Class. Yeah,
Do you know
that
what?
was
Like
amazing.
having, because obviously I handled her at Junior Nationals last year, and it was like night and day.
Oh man, it was huge. But it's
Phenomenal.
a tough call between her for my favorite performances of my own lifters. A tough call between her and Ali Murphy. Ali winning 52 kilo juniors, my third year in a row winning that weight class with two lifters. Which is kind of cool. So Sarah had it 2 years in a row, Sarah McCormack, and now Ali's gone on to take that as well. So to keep it in urban is really, really cool.
Yeah, it's class.
Ali had a huge performance, massive day. Who else did we have out there?
Big O.
Blonde again, another one, 9 for 9 performance, like qualifies,
Multiple records.
like hits qualifying QTs for international teams, QT for open nats, as did Anya, as did Ali. You know, like I said, I'm not going to take up the whole podcast airtime with my own lifter. We can do that separately on the Urban Barbell Instagram page. Follow. But yeah, Big O again. Like I said, taking junior national championship as well. It was and breaking some records with records left, right, and centre. Josh Holmes, huge performance.
Josh,
Always great to see his dad
class.
Craig out there. Shout out Craig. He's the man.
the dad, man. His dad is the
He's the
goat.
man.
Facts.
But Josh is so cool to be around. He's like,
man.
you see, when he gets a little amped up, he's a bit internal and he switches.
I think Josh is a really good one as well because he's one of those ones where he, you know, basically pulled for podium and nobody had expected him to come in like that
Yeah.
because we put like 60 kilos on his
Yeah, it
total
was
in,
huge,
in
man.
like 3 months and he doesn't post anything.
No.
So it was actually pretty handy. Like we put in like a few, we played the board a small bit, put in a few fake openers here and there and then kind of changed them last minute, kind of made the other lads make stupid attempts for their thirds to miss because they thought they had nothing to lose and then set us up for a really good place to come on for podium and yeah, just fucking slipped out of his hands, like, but he pulled it pretty much. He went for 302 and like locked it out. And the heaviest we pulled in prep was like 285, 287. So it was sick. It was sick to even just load that and
just to
actually
load
pull
it
it
and
pull
to
it
be
as
like,
easy.
oh whoa,
Yeah.
that worked out okay.
Like Josh will 100% like now that all like most of the boys have all aged out and stuff that were on the podium. Like Josh will, no doubt in my mind, like will be coming for first place next year.
No, yeah,
Like,
he'll
it's
be
gonna
hungry
class.
for it. He'll be
Can't
hungry
wait
for
to see
it.
that.
But anyone else, I'm sure there's a load, and I'll get off this.
It's too
and
many,
I'll be
'cause
like,
I'll
oh
keep
shit, I
talking.
forgot whoever. But without going through open powerlifting and going through every single person that competed, it was class. I think it'll be like a lot of stand-up performances. I remember more performances from this of lifters that aren't even mine
Yeah.
than I do from Clash.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Like that's where
You
I was
just
the
have
most
to give it
invested
to
of
them
it.
because they're just so like they just love it so
They
much.
can't, man. Open lifters are actually boring, man. I swear we are.
so
Like
boring.
they don't give a shit. Like they do, obviously, of course. But I think it's like, do you know when you get older, it's kind of like people get more like afraid to admit that they care a lot. Like, do you know what I mean? Whereas like
But
these
you can
kids,
see how much
these
they
kids are like,
care.
oh, I'll fucking,
It's like,
you
I
know,
want some of that,
I'll
like-
kill somebody to come second in junior nationals. And it's
Not
like-
even like fourth, fifth.
Yeah,
Like, they just want to
yeah,
beat
yeah.
someone.
Yeah, literally, just beat somebody, isn't it? It's I love it.
Them
I
like
love the
being at
passion.
junior nationals is like a fucking big deal.
Yeah.
And obviously anyone being at junior nationals is a big deal, but like they reaffirm that and they
Yeah,
take that
man.
seriously. Whereas like there are people at open nats who are just like, oh, I'm just at open nats.
But that's it. Like
It's
I
class.
literally say this the whole time. Like being like having the opportunity to be like junior team head coach. It's probably one of the best jobs in the world because of that. It's like you've just so much.
pays well too.
Yeah, so much money. I'm rolling in it. But like you just get there's so much just passion towards it, and like like juniors are just my favorite types of people to work with. Like they just care so
Yeah,
much.
no, they're
and
so invested.
I fucking love it.
We had the return of the club championships.
Yeah,
That was class. That was class. I thought it was. It's very cool. Do we see this bringing back some team rivalries now? Some more gym pride is going to go on. I think the overall culture of the federation will start
Yeah.
to see another
Yeah.
shift
Yeah.
again.
yeah. I would
It's
love
very,
to
very
get
cool.
to the stage where it was with like unis. Like all the boys are talking shit to each other online at unis, and I thought that was great. But it wasn't like there was no like. There was no malice towards it. Like it was just
Yeah, it's just
banter.
banter, like,
so like if
just
we can
banter.
keep it going like that, and especially with the juniors, I think they're the best people to do it. Like
do
you know
it,
what I
yeah.
mean? Because
100%.
you know if you're like in your 30s and you're posting slagging some other lad about his lifting
It's
online,
actually mortifying.
you're just a loser. Like, but if you're like 17 or like you know you can get away with it. You know it's fine. It's funny.
I thought it was cool. You were there when Tracy's announcing out the clubs that have won. And I'm like not even paying attention. I'm like hardly.
Because we knew where we were the day before.
Yeah, I think we were like fourth the day before. I'm like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
We have like a
And
And
class
then
to be
only
in there.
lifters.
We'd only
Just
one
happy to be
lifter
in
the
there.
next day.
Yeah.
All of our lifters were Saturday.
I was like, that's really cool to be up there, like be climbing the ranks over that, over
With
time,
five
whatever.
lifters,
So we haven't
like-
got we haven't got a huge junior team,
Yeah,
big enough
yeah.
open team. But in terms of juniors, I was like, oh, this is really cool. Then next thing Trace calling out, I was like, Urban Barbell second. I'm like, I'm just sitting down chilling. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, get me up in that
It was
podium.
you guys came third, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Phenom,
Phenom
class.
came third,
Yeah,
Abs
class.
came first. Like, what clubs do we think are rising? I mean, to not see Odyssey there, is who I was expecting.
No, Odyssey and City Gym not being on a club championship
was
podium
weird.
is crazy. It's very weird to see. It's cool in a way, like to see how much it is growing, especially because like Odyssey in particular, like they used to be like that was like the junior club.
junior,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? It was like everyone that was there was a junior. So it's wild to see, and I'm sure like those guys came away with a lot of podium places and a few national champions. So like I'm sure. Within the next few years, it's just going to come back around.
Yeah,
It's just gone through one of those waves, or probably all their juniors have just aged out and they're just waiting for new ones to come back in. But it's interesting to see. And there's a lot of new clubs around
new
recently.
clubs
There's a lot
rising.
of like people who are part of online coaches, this and that and the other. So I'm very interested to see, because now it's not the same as what it used to be when we had club championships, even 2 years ago. Like there's a lot more people that are getting coached like by like these fucking American losers and like all these other people all over the place. And but then I'd be curious to see, will they like make that a club? Will they all form together and make their own club and like or like join with different clubs? Like is it going to be a
Yeah,
thing for like I know a lot of like people from Odyssey train in Phenom. Like are you guys going to join together for nationals? Like how's that going to work? Like are you guys going to go back with Abs? Like it's really interesting to see how it's going to play out
I guess
this year.
I think you'll hear stuff to the grapevine about like, let's say like you and I'll be chatting like, so what's the plan? Or Odyssey, Phenom gonna
Yeah, like before
conglomerate
when
or
it was
they're gonna
like
go-
as many people as possible and Abs won every time because they had the most people. We
Yeah.
definitely were like, oh yeah, we should.
Why not? Yeah.
Because you need the people.
You need
like,
the numbers
Yeah.
more than anything else.
Yeah.
But now it's like you said, it's
and
a
that's
different
purely
process.
just to beat Abs. Like it wasn't too necessarily come first.
Man,
it was just to
nobody
beat
even
Abs.
isn't that it? Nobody even cares about winning. Everyone just doesn't want Abs to win.
Yeah,
like
just-
that.
we just don't want Abs
We
to
can all
But
collectively
I
agree
want
on
Abs to
that.
win, like, but it was the general thing. Yeah, I think it's like we've got some new clubs coming. Like I think Nyart is obviously
Nyart's a huge one. Nyart's coming up. I think they came top 5 that
top
weekend
five.
as well.
Going to be dangerous.
Unbelievable.
Gonna be
Shout out Reed
dangerous.
McKeever, legend.
Odyssey are going to be around, so they're going to be dangerous. You've got, I would say Urban Barbell probably as a junior club probably an underdog. We've been established for a while as like a club, gym or whatever, but in terms of competitiveness, definitely are starting to really come full circle on that. I think it'd be interesting to see what happens with the likes of Chris Lyons and Emma Jensen, who've now formed their own coaching service. Are they going to be a club? Is it going to represent Nyart? Are their lifters going to represent them or Nyart?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting kind of see how that stuff comes on. And whatever other clubs rise in the meantime. There's coaches in clubs now that might decide to go off on their own. You can decide that you're going to have your own, Loughnane training systems or whatever and go from there.
Probably not, but yeah.
But for example, it could be anyone could do anything with it. Just be interesting. You've got Zealous. Zealous now deciding to stand out on its own, not it representing another city gym anymore,
anyone, yeah.
and just going, right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to build my own roster under my own brand now. It's obviously something I've done as well. So it's like I get it. I get the want to do it. So it's going to be very, very cool to see it. Venue and meet. The vibe of it overall. The vibe was
A1.
peak.
Class.
Peak.
I really liked the venue. I liked that it was the room was like smaller than Open Nats, and I felt like it was a lot more like the crowd were like on the platform. I thought that was fucking sick. Like it was really, really good.
The energy.
It was unreal. It was unreal.
Unbelievable.
It was so good.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like that for me was like peak powerlifting.
Yeah.
In terms of like the venue itself, way more positives than negatives. Unless you were there like me, Adam, and Maeve were. Especially Adam.
What did I miss?
What the whole fucking setup, Alex.
Sorry, Rob. It was down in Limerick. Fuck's sake.
So we'd all rocked on with huge vans.
Yeah.
And we had to
Like
get
you were
the
there till like 2 a.m. or something, weren't you? Yeah.
well, I wasn't there till 2. I think we were there till
We
midnight.
left at like 11 because I wanted the Chinese.
Yeah, you wanted the Chinese and that was closing it. But
You were
there
there
was
till 2 in the
lots
morning? Yeah.
So we arrived on, and I'm like, all right, so where are we taking the equipment? Oh, you gotta take all the plates. We had to put them onto like, the big trolleys that they use,
Bellhop,
the big,
like.
the big bellhop trolleys. Load racks and
shit,
plates. We had to put a
yeah,
plate tree on that.
upstairs.
Load them all out of the van. Didn't have to go in an elevator.
Not a
It
big
was
elevator.
Not a very
No.
big elevator. Not a big. Get onto the elevator in a minute. The accessibility to the venue was fine. Everything for the most part was fine, but you had to park your van outside the very front entrance of the hotel, which wasn't ideal.
Yeah.
Which meant like if someone else came up, you were blocking up the whole set down area.
Taxis and-
And you'd be there for 20, 30
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah, of course.
And
It's
it
not
just,
easy.
Just
It's not
was what it
fast
was.
job,
I was
like.
like, I'm not moving my van. Nope, no way. Once it's empty, I'll drive it back around or whatever. But yeah, setting up the venue wasn't like terrible once you got the equipment upstairs. But by God, it was a
And
bit of a
anything
labor.
bigger had to go up the stairs.
Everything
yeah,
bigger,
yeah.
like the actual platforms had to go up the stairs. So because of the length of them and stuff like
I'm
that.
so glad I wasn't there.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah, other than like the accessibility for the setup itself was class.
Yeah,
like
it was unreal.
the community that looked after that did a great job. I was just there as an equipment sponsor, so I got to drop stuff off, put a few bits together, drive the van back and forth a couple of times. I had it like a not as hard of a job as the rest of the team that were setting it up did. They did a phenomenal job with it. We came back in the next day. It looked great. Yeah, it was sick. A lot of complaints about the bench pad, which I would just like to point out on the bench pad. What? Yeah, there was huge complaints about the bench pad. How soft
Complaints?
it was. Yeah, everywhere.
What?
So yeah,
Who?
there was lots.
DM me. Fuck
So
off.
there was a 50-50 split, I would have to say, on half the people who had used the soft pad in the past were super excited for it because they knew what to expect. And then they said the other half were all like they got out or they tried it or they didn't try it at all.
Well, that's their own fault.
And they didn't
No
know what
sympathy
it
there.
felt like until their opener. And I would just like to point out on the bench pad, there's nothing wrong with that pad. I understand that you need to understand that you're not always going to have the exact equipment you want. You have to be adaptable to the moment. And that's the whole point of competing. You're not in your gym. It is going to be different. And if you are going to be an international level or national level lifter, sometimes you're just not going to have access to the top equipment.
Yep.
And it's not going to be there until you're at these big venues and big comps.
And if you're going to Worlds, that's the exact pad you're going to have to use.
It's the exact pad you're going to have to use. I think some people were expecting the previous pad.
The
from
fucking
Worlds,
plank of wood?
The stiff one, yeah. So a lot of people were
Crazy.
expecting that. But you just need to understand as well, even though you might felt like you didn't get that extra 2.5 or 5 kilos or whatever out of it, everybody else.
It's
was in the
same,
boat.
yeah, 100.
Same
you
position for everyone.
You can't be mad about it.
So it's like you can't be mad. I can understand the way there might be a bit of frustration, disappointment. That's how we learn.
It's the game.
That's the game. The game is the game. I think other than that, there was like zero complaints. Zero complaints.
I didn't hear a single person complain about that bench. That's
I got a wreck. Not even from my own team. Like one
Really?
or
That's
two.
crazy.
Some from my own team were like, "Oh, I didn't realize it was going to be that bad." But I mean, I wouldn't feed into complaints on it anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
It would just be like, I would just be like, it's okay. We're still going to go out and take the top end. We don't need to pull back. Like, you're good for the 2 lifts.
Yeah.
There's no point pulling back 2.5. May as well roll the dice for the extra 2.5. And if it doesn't go, it doesn't go. Who cares? Like, we just move on. It's the same setup for it's the same situation for everybody else that's there.
I do think it is just a better pad, but you just have to know what to expect.
know what to
Like,
expect,
I get it. I do get it. If you're not expecting it,
Because as they would press, they felt like they were sinking into it.
Because no,
as they
that
were
was it.
pressing.
A lot of lads were saying we did have to some lads would have to we'd either have to change
Their rack out or something.
their rack out or how they were getting a lift off. Like, do you know what I mean? Kind of ask them to guard it out more, allow themselves to kind of sink
in
into
first.
it and then go from there. So if you're not expecting that, I can understand how that would throw you off. You
That's
know.
all it was. But other than that, when we were breaking back down, I got stuck in the elevator. No complaints. Yeah. I got stuck in an elevator. I think I was stuck in it for 2.5 hours.
You were, yeah.
No, you weren't.
No, it was like an hour. It was like
I was stuck
It
for an
fucking
hour.
wasn't
It felt like
even
an hour.
Was it not?
No, I was stuck in
Maybe
it.
You just weren't
20
answering your
minutes.
phone
20
for an hour. 20 minutes.
Yeah, like 20 minutes. So Ken and
fella.
I were putting the mats into it. We had all the mats up on the dolly yoke, and we were rolling them in. And as they went in, the elevator just got jammed. Then I was just in there. I was like, and there was no one asking for me outside. I was just, no one cares. I'm gone. I'm dead. But I was exhausted. I was like, grateful enough for the 20 minutes. I'm like, all right, this is- I'm actually chilling right now. But yeah, there's always something that's stuck in a fucking elevator at Junior Nationals. Chinook.
But the teardown went really well.
But the teardown
We
went
got it
really
done
well.
very
We got it done very
quickly.
quickly, even with the elevator and everything getting stuck in it. Thinking of other well-run comps, we just had this weekend just gone. We had Shane Brody did the IPO Irish Pro Invitational. Oh, shout out Shane! There's a whole team behind him. His wife Amanda, Jamie Hogan, his whole crew is behind him.
class.
It was very good. Had you competed at the Irish Pro before? I know you've done some IPO comps.
Before
2 years ago or something, was it? 3?
whenever Worlds was in Turkey. That's
22.
the Worlds, yeah.
Yeah.
A
so
week before that.
it was actually like, so first of all, can I just say, Shane Brody, Jormac, Jay Farron, all standing in the same room at the same time together. Wild. Like,
You could it's crazy.
I was like, it was just like, I knew it was obviously happening because I'd been in touch with all the boys, but I was like, oh, this is
It's
actually,
happening. Yeah,
this is
yeah, yeah.
actually happening. It's
Yeah.
like, this is like a full circle kind of like powerlifting moment. It was very, it was very cool to see all the boys in the same room at the same time. And that kind of came about because Lift Pass did the live stream. So it was Lift Pass first external stream.
Yeah.
So we're not like affiliated anyway with Lift Pass or anything. Obviously Jay's mate of mine, he's done a lot for me. So I try to help out where I can in terms of promoting it and stuff. But like Lift Pass ran their first external stream. From what I can tell, went really well. They got a bunch of new subscribers and stuff from it, which is always good to hear.
They look class.
Myself and Lawrence were on the commentary, so that apparently went really well. For me, I wanted to be. We get one message. I think we got like super. I think we got like super excited during like Dean Purcell's bench. Dean Purcell bench 260.
Crazy.
Broke
Oh, yeah, you
like
did,
the
yeah.
And it wasn't even tough.
Irish bench record. It wasn't even tough.
Yeah.
It was on his 4th attempt because obviously in the IPO, if you're not familiar with it, WPC, which is World Powerlifting Congress, that is the overall federation for the IPO, which is the Irish Powerlifting Organization. WPC, the rules are if you're going for a record, you can have a 4th attempt if it's for a record.
Yeah.
So Dean Person went out, bench 260, and it moved way better than his previous attempt.
And like it was actually what I thought was like because he was the last one out the bench.
Yeah.
And then he had to go again.
It
was really quick. It was like a 3-4 minute
they gave him
turnaround.
6
Like
minutes.
was it 6 minutes? Yeah, because
yeah.
it felt super fast. Like it was. I was like fair play. Like
It was
honestly,
very cool to see
it was
it.
class.
And obviously, during that, I think myself and Lawrence got a bit excited, and I went to let out like a fuck or two. We got a message, we like, I'm almost sure it was someone in America, because they were like, hey, mind the language, guys. There's, my grandkids are up here watching their auntie. So I was like, oh, we've ruined someone's family sitting.
Yeah.
I was like, my apologies.
That's
but I was really
hilarious.
conscious. We actually got really good feedback about the commentary. I quite enjoyed it. I've done commentary a few times, and I've always enjoyed it. But I think one of the
You
things
love a camera on you anyway.
love
don't you?
the
It's like
camera,
a bit of
boy.
attention.
There's 3 of me.
Yeah, literally. Like it's not a coincidence right here. Like
But I think one of the things with the commentary is that what I try to be aware of is that like people are going to go back and screen record these lifts. So I try to give like the same amount of attention or energy,
of course.
which is
Yeah,
hard
yeah.
at times for a long day because you're doing the full day.
and that was a long day.
It was a long day. Try to give the same attention to every single person's effort, every person's attempt. Because also, if they miss their third, then they just want to screen record their second. So
Yes, you have to.
You
Yeah,
have to.
you
So
have
you
to
try to
still
bear
do-
that.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
one of the benefits of having like a lifter in the chair. Is that like
You get it.
We get it. But I thought like I did it with Lawrence. I started it with Jay, then Eamon came in. Then myself and Lawrence finished it out, and it was actually really, really enjoyable. Unlimited bench happened. If you're not sure what unlimited bench is, an unlimited bench is equipped bench, but unlimited means unlimited equipment. So the bench shirts basically have like a slingshot built in. It's like you can lift.
It's like multiply.
There's a couple of like 400 plus kilo bench presses, 400 to 500 kilo bench presses.
crazy.
Like so Tony Carlino was there. There was some huge bench presses. It was kind of wild. It was bench only for that one. The equipped stuff was really good. Greg Pearson, Watt, a savage.
Class. Just coming off the back of doing abs.
Coming off the back of abs, he wins it outright. He
Eddie,
actually sent a message.
Broke Ed Cohen's total record.
Yeah, he had said so.
At 82.5.
He
Fucking insane.
He actually messaged the other day and he said, just watch the lifts back from the weekend. The total I got beat Ed's Cohen total that he did when he weighed 82.5. Just thought I'd let you know because there was some confusion. So yeah, I mean Gregory Pearson beat now.
Why? Did you think it was deadlift or
I
something?
wasn't sure what it was. I said I just wanted confirmation because I had a headset on, so I couldn't hear what was being announced.
Yeah, of course.
Shout out Gary Barco came in to announce.
Class.
Classy Gary there. Gary really becoming like the Gino of Irish
Yeah,
powerlifting.
man. He's just at every camp, like it's class. I love it.
We need to get this man an outfit.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Maybe if you just got him a hat.
He's mad for an urban barber hat. I ordered one. I just haven't gotten it embroidered yet. It's there. It's sitting there waiting to be embroidered. I will get it done, Gary. I promise you. I sent him the messages. He was like, kept messaging me, messing about his hat. And I was like, bro, I'm telling you, I sent him the screenshots. It's there. Your man just needs to tell him what to do. I have it. You'll get your hat, I promise. Or maybe I'll give you a Lift Aero one. We'll see. As soon as I get one. Lift Aero hats. Let us know if you want one. Alex, take care of it. But yeah, that was the IPO comp actually was like super good. I thought the standard for refereeing was actually quite consistent, fair across the board. Cool to see like Sean Cregan, Shane Brody, and Jerm Mack sitting down for the equipped flights. You couldn't have had better referees for that. Like Jerm Mack has come up under Louis Simmons. You can't tell him shit about shit.
Literally.
And like you'll hear stuff like back and forth about other fades and whatever. If you've not been there, if you've not met the guys, if you've not seen it firsthand, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Shut your mouth.
It was a sick venue. Would love to see more comps there. I enjoyed it to the point where like I spoke to Shane and Jamie Hogan about I want to try out because they're always saying, when are you going to try out equipped? When are you going to try out? And I'm going to.
Yeah.
2026 Irish Pro Invite.
Class.
I'm doing single play.
Class.
So that'll be my debut and possibly my retirement from single play.
And powerlifting in general.
If I make it up one piece, or I'll take it up entirely and I'll decide single play is where it's at for me.
World champ.
But somewhere, right? The Bangladesh powerlifting team needs an equipped lifter. So yeah, it was a really great comp. The atmosphere was excellent. A lot of familiar faces. Again, it was just cool to be able to be involved in it as well. Help out with some equipment or some setup and stuff and get involved with the live stream. It was really cool. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Maeve, what did you think of it?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought it was really well ran. It was also nice to know that, like, obviously it's not the Fed I compete in, but I can still like walk into a room and get the same reception across the board. Like at the end of the day, it's just squat, bench, deadlift. So it was pretty nice to like be welcomed in, regardless of like Fed or where you lift or what club you're involved in. Like it was just a nice, pleasant experience. Yeah.
I think Brody runs a sick show. He's got a sick crew. Always puts on a good show. Always runs well as well. There are like some people have a preference on where they like to compete in terms of like the running order and stuff like that, because this will go all squats first, then all bench, then all deads, and that can be a very long day for some of the lifters. Brody said he's going to come on at some point. We'll chat to him about it. I'd be curious to get like some feedback on that, hear his thoughts on it, hear his thoughts about what people's feelings are about it being the other way around when it's like broken into different flights and done in an alternative manner. I'd love to know more about it. Why is it that way? What's the basis of it? Is it because monoliths and specific heavy comp benches need to be moved in and out? They just want to do it in one go. If a hybrid mono was there, would that make it different? So I'm just curious to hear like why does it run that way? Is it a preference? Is it that he's really good at running those kinds of shows and he knows he can do it better than anyone? Or is there a specific purpose for it? So I'd love to know a bit more about it, and I'm sure I'll be chatting to Shane over the next few days anyway as we go. Adam, what are your thoughts? Like IPO comps, you've competed in a few, you've been around the scene for a long time. What do you make of Brody's shows and things like that, and just generally how he runs things? I mean, to be fair, he's the only one that runs international competitions in the country.
Yep.
Literally.
For a whole week.
Yep.
Yeah,
For a
insane.
whole week,
It's fucked.
No, like they definitely have improved, and even the one like they're always enjoyable as well.
Yeah,
You know? That was always the thing. It was like the IPF is always a bit sanitized.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So before it was the IPO was the fun one. You know.
Yeah,
The IPO had a
yeah.
bit of fun. And now the Ab Series is kind of that's the fun one.
Yeah.
And you've got the divisions and everything, but it's definitely good that it's improving. He's always tweaking something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Sean Cregan trains down in Phenom, so I'd be talking to him all the time about it. Like, and it's just good to see. And the setup looked great. Like, I wasn't there, I didn't watch the live stream, but even the pictures and everything and the bits that you were putting up,
It looked class.
it looked class. Definitely much improved, and I think it'll definitely draw more people.
Yeah, I mean,
100%
it's in my backyard. I always try to throw my head in the door for the most part when he's got comps on. If he wants to rock over just for a few minutes, if I can. But it's something, like I said, I want to get more involved with either actively competing there or helping out or volunteering, just being around it. But definitely, like, I'll be interested in sending, like, the likes of Jamie Fitz, who's kind of building up his CV in powerlifting. It'd be great to get Jamie in doing those comps. Kind of up and coming lifters that I have who are kind of still in the sport, but I now don't necessarily want to take them all the way up to Dublin. It would take less time because as a coach, right, it doesn't matter which fed you're in because I'm in the venue for the same length of time.
100%.
So it's like it makes no odds to me. So if you're squatting in the morning and deadlifting the following morning, that makes no difference to me. I'm there for that same length of time regardless. So it's all the one to me. And I think if the show runs smoothly and everybody's having a good time, then that's ultimately going to be like I've competed in a few IPO comps and GBC comps, and I've got zero complaints about the way it ran. It's not the thing I remember. I remember my day. I remember if I enjoyed it. I don't remember how long I was in the venue.
Yeah, 100%.
So
100%.
It's like, so it's all the one. Like, even from a competitor's perspective, I've been there and I can tell you it actually runs much faster than you
Than you
expect
think
it to.
Yeah,
When you're
100%.
competing as well, you expect to be there for the day. Like,
Yeah. It's
you're
not
just
like
making plans in the evening to go for a walk or something.
100%. Yeah, you're fooling yourself.
Or what else is great? The 24-hour weigh-in in Limerick. Again, if you're from Limerick, that I can just send people across the road to go get their weigh-in.
You don't have to book in.
We don't have to go book in.
Literally, like,
So yeah, it's sick.
I
And who
actually
knows?
thought it ran like pretty quickly for someone who like doesn't or hasn't experienced that like style of running order. I wasn't like, oh Jesus, I'm still watching squats or I'm still watching bench. Like, I actually thought it ran pretty quickly.
No, I've known Shane for a very long time, and I've said it for years. He runs a great show. Usually goes off without a hitch. He runs a great show. He's always updating things, and he's always open to working with new people. And he's open to ideas. He's a very, very reasonable guy. And you know, I loved being, you know, having the opportunity to be involved there in any way, especially with Lift Air and stuff. It was class. It was very, very cool to be able to be involved and kind of leave our mark on it. So Shane, congrats, another great year. I think it's the 14th
It's definitely been a
Pro
long
Invite. I think it was number 14.
Whoa.
So it's been around a long time.
Yeah, it's fucking
that
wild,
that
man.
comp's been around longer than most feds have been around. So it was.
If that is the case, it's longer than the IrishPF. Like,
I'm pretty
crazy.
sure that was the 14th Irish Pro.
It's crazy.
XIV.
It's class. Yeah, that's
XIV
14.
Yeah,
That's 14.
that was 14th. Yeah, very, very cool. All right, guys, we're going to get into some hot topics in the current world of powerlifting. First up, I want to get in, Jamie, if you could please pull up on the screen
Pull it up, Jamie.
Clarice and Maeve's International Powerlifting Federation slides. So we've got Clarice posted this 4 days ago. One of those pinch me kind of moments. Coaching has always been close to my heart, and getting to contribute to the sport of powerlifting in a meaningful way has been a long-standing goal. Last weekend, that goal became a reality as I stepped into the role of instructor on the IPF coaching course. I had the absolute pleasure of speaking to an amazing group of coaches in person, delivering modules on two topics I'm incredibly passionate about: the female athlete and sports psychology. The engagement, questions, and energy from the group reminded me exactly why I care so deeply about this space. Special shout out to my brilliant pal at Maeve Mannion, who worked with me to redevelop the female athlete module. Her insights, dedication, shared vision made it all the better. Just two Irish guys doing our best to move the needle in the right direction. So, as Jane says in the comments, go on. So proud of you. Well done, girls. It's phenomenal stuff. IPF powerlifting coach course level 2, sports psychology, and the female athlete. Maeve, would you like to take us through it? Well done. Like, this is huge stuff.
Yeah. I think it's like great to see, especially like you said, the slides that initially came out. Because obviously I had nothing to do with the sports psych bit, just the female athlete bit. But the slides that initially came out were quite disheartening, a little bit inappropriate in terms of statements like win her trust, things like that. It was very outdated. I wouldn't even say outdated, just totally irrelevant.
Right, yeah.
And even they were the slides that only got highlighted, but there was more slides in terms of, because I went on and I looked at them, there was more slides in terms of menstrual cycle phases, what you should and shouldn't do. And I'm kind of well, that's number one, there's no literature behind it. Number two, it's totally irrelevant. If when I'm looking at them courses, I'm they're designed predominantly for like handling internationally. Like whether someone is in X, Y, or Z cycle phase, they still have to compete.
Yeah. It's
Like
the same.
it's totally
The
irrelevant.
same rules apply.
Same rules apply. So I suppose giving people a better understanding of what's happening and how females might perceive like symptomology, things like that, will aid in terms of like empathizing with the lifter that's in front of you, as opposed to, okay, well, you're in like statements like you're in such a cycle phase, so don't PB. Like that's a fucking joke.
That's crazy.
Like,
Is
that's
that actually?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Don't go for PBs.
Yeah, which is totally like barbaric. So
Yeah,
it was like
ridiculous.
very kind of Clarice. Clarice got on to me when she got asked to come on as an instructor, because she said to them that like she'd come on, but she wanted to redo the female athlete slides. So she got on to me and we worked together on redoing them and updating them. So like the stuff that's kind of in there now in terms of like menstrual cycle, I think I saw like the last edit. So it just goes through kind of like what a typical menstrual cycle is, kind of the norms, the averages. More specifically looks at like weight making and weight making practices, because that's like what's relevant in our sport. And
absolutely.
like that's something a coach can have in their back pocket, that yes, if they're in such a cycle phase and they happen to be retaining a little bit of water, it's like, what do we do then? Like that's more practical than telling someone not to PB because they're on their period.
100%.
So
100%.
it was very, very nice to be asked to be involved. It certainly for me kind of it gets to like, it's a bit lonely and a bit weird when you're kind of just sat at your laptop like all day just researching this, and it's not necessarily going nowhere, but until you're like a published author, like it's going nowhere.
Yep.
Like it's just for your eyes. So it's nice to be able to pay it forward and actually put some information out there.
Yeah, class.
Class.
No, I think phenomenal job. Well done. Hats off to you both.
To
I think
you,
it's just watching you actually make an actual difference to the larger scale internationally.
Yep.
It's a massive deal. It's one of those moments where you will probably look back on it over time and go, wow, we actually
We did that.
we actually did a thing there,
Class.
like that most people will never have an opportunity to do. So well done.
Yeah.
Like it shows. I think it speaks volumes of your dedication and commitment to, you know, your craft and your profession. So well done. I think you've done a phenomenal job. Good job. Insert round of applause here.
Legend.
Well, Clarice got it over the line, so
Yeah, I mean it's a team effort.
Yeah,
nice
you
to
helped.
just
You know, you
help
helped.
and be part of
still,
it. Yeah.
still part of it. There you go.
Yeah, no one's taking it away from Clarice. I think for Clarice to have thought, you know what, I actually think that you would be really useful to
Yeah.
bring in and helpful
Yeah.
for this. I think is sick, and it's
Class,
a privilege. What a privilege to be involved. In other hot topic news, the largest news actually to happen in the world of Irish powerlifting in a hot minute. Alex Cremens, would you like to let people know?
I started out with the knee sleeves.
So did I.
Would you like to let? This is much bigger news than the knee sleeves. We get into the knee sleeves, but this is possibly the biggest. All right, you ready? Everybody, sit back.
You put fucking. Yes, I pulled out of Worlds. Pulled out of Worlds, and I'm gonna go up weight class for nationals. So I'm gonna compete 74s from now on.
Can we put round of applause sound effects here? Big round of applause sound effects here, please.
I want to see
Jamie,
it
make a
first.
note.
Yeah. It's fair.
Yeah, we want to see it happen first.
Yeah, no. True. Yeah, it's been a long fucking 10 years coming at this stage. No, I just decided like it was just one of those things where I think the best point I've probably made is like I've never struggled to cut into the weight class.
Yeah.
But I also have just had this like period of time over the last like 2 years where I haven't necessarily made any progress on my comp total. Like in gym, I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely making progress. I'm way stronger, but I haven't made progress on my comp total. And I think I had this mindset of like, because I'm not struggling to cut, then I should just keep cutting and compete in this weight class. And I was like, just because I'm not. And I think this is a good like piece of advice. Took me a fucking long time, but that anyone should take. But like, just because a cut isn't hard doesn't mean that you necessarily mean you should be doing it.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I've come to terms with. Like, I do see a big drop off in performance and stress, rise in stress levels when I am trying to come into competition and I'm cutting. And I'm just fucking sick of like. I think like I said to you, like I think I can confidently come second last in the B group in any weight class. So like, why be the one where I have a smaller total and smaller
Yeah,
arms?
you may as well have
Like genuinely, like seriously, you know. So yeah, main goal now is just to compete, aim towards nationals, 2025. Is it? No, yeah, 2026. Yeah,
nationals
2025. And yeah, I want to win. So hopefully, fingers
There you
crossed.
go. He's coming for your
Fingers
next
crossed. It's just Josh.
Better run.
So yeah, that'll be fun as well. It'll be nice to compete against somebody who I genuinely have a really good relationship with, and I think
Yeah,
it'll be like
absolutely.
it'll be a nice bit of crack and like banter back and forth. And like I usually go up once a month in Carlow and train anyway, so it'll be nice to actually train with the ops.
Yeah.
And Josh is so much stronger than me as well.
Misload his bar.
Yeah, 100%. Trip him up when he's walking out a squat or something.
Lift
But,
out his bench and push it down.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to just grow and just start this kind of new chapter in my powerlifting career. And
was
like
so
it'd really be
excited.
nice to aim towards like earning back the Irish singlet again. You know what I mean? Because I think
Yeah,
that's a big thing
something
as
to
well.
work towards it.
Yeah, because like with like like it is fun showing up and getting a national title, but I feel like a bit of a fucking loser. Like wow, I just need to go and hit my openers, and like it's not necessarily my fault either. But like I want to be in a class where like like we looked at junior nationals, where there's like 4 lads and you don't know who's going to come first, and like
Yeah.
that's what I want
That's
to be a part
exciting.
of. Yeah, it's way more exciting, and I haven't had that since like the end of my junior career when I was competing like internationally at Worlds and stuff.
Yeah.
And, I miss it. I miss it a lot now. Like I want to be competitive again. I want to be bigger. I want to be stronger. I just want to lift like big numbers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
When I actually do the thing.
Man, like I want to squat like 250, bench like 160. Do you know what I mean? Like I just want to do like cool shit and like have big arms. Like it's just
Yeah,
way
that's-
better
that's-
than
that's-
just being
that-
like a fucking malnourished 66 and being grumpy all the time because I'm cutting 24/7.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want sub 2,000 calories and just ready to fight someone all the time. It's
All
not fun.
scrappy, huh?
Yeah. Hopefully that name goes away. Yeah.
That's never happened,
No.
Alex. There's people actually coming up to Alex now.
Ah man,
calling him
it's the
scrappy and
worst.
then
I
it's the
fucking
best
hate
thing.
it. Like
Shout out to anyone that's ever come up. This has happened a lot
fucking
recently.
Breen's dad.
We've had like I've been in elevators and had like some
When you were
random people.
stuck, or
No, well, me and elevators, man. I'm fucking sick of it. But I've had like people come up to me randomly who I've never met before and bring up the podcast, and it's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's
so
class.
shout
It's
out
class.
to anyone that's ever done it. We really appreciate all the support. It's the weirdest thing because like you just kind of think it's like you and your 4 mates like listening.
I like in my head, genuinely nobody listened to this.
Yeah, yeah, I'm like, no, we're just sitting down chatting about it.
And we have people say it to you like, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, so anybody that's ever like come up and said anything, we really
Yeah,
appreciate
appreciate it, man, yeah.
It's the coolest thing. But yeah, Alex, like I was so excited when you said you were going up. I think it's
Everyone's
the
more
right call.
excited than I am, but
Yeah, man,
when I talk to
I can't believe you're not excited to eat more food and be more
am.
strong.
Yeah.
And, it's like that's where it's at. Like,
Everything will be better.
yeah, like that's the goal. Yeah. Hopefully.
and most things will look
a
bigger.
fat ass.
Most things are going to look bigger.
Most things. That'll never change, bro. Sorry. I've dealt with that.
But yeah, I think it's the right call for you. Now we just got to get him pulling conventional. There's time, boys.
Man, shut the fuck up. Like, come on, like.
You might get a third deadlift.
No.
No, I'm purposely going to scratch you. If I move to conventional,
Man, I
I'm
promise
only
you,
going to be a
like,
2
you
lift guy.
can argue all you want. I'm never going to go conventional. Like, unless I'm 90 kilos, I'm not pulling conventional. There's, like,
time.
it's not built for it. Like,
Thought you were
you're
built
being
different.
You're being an idiot. Like,
Thought
you're
you were
being
built-
stupid.
I thought you
This
were
is
built
this is why I coach you and not the other way around.
I can't even argue. I can't even argue. I want to look so shit, but I'm just talking
There
shit
you
about
go.
myself if I do.
There you go.
He's got me snookered. Let us know in the comments. You want to see Alex pull conventional just for once?
You don't want to see it. You just see me pull 180. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what's the point? What's the fun in that? I wouldn't even make it to nationals.
Yeah, his RDL is probably strong.
Genuine, probably, yeah, 100%.
But yeah, Alex, you're obviously going up a weight class. Like, very, very excited for you. Even if you don't want to pull conventional, it's cool. I get it. But I mean, I can dream. A man can dream. A man can dream of a fully thickened out Alex Cremens. But let's pause. But we're going to move in. We've got quite a few questions come in. But Adam, before we get into the questions that come in, I'd like to ask a guest that comes on a couple of questions and just kind of get their insights on things. So some quick fire takes from you. Besides Phenom, best gym in Cork.
I think controversially no, because no one's been there. Martin Reedy opened the gym,
Oh,
Oh, this is true.
In Cove.
Hybrid gym
Yeah.
or something it's called?
and it has a competition rack, so
All right.
that might
Sound.
be the next best one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that might
fair
be.
enough. Fair enough. Favorite lift and most hated lift and why? So favorite lift.
Well, I always loved deadlift. I always hated squats, but at the moment
Yeah.
it's the other way. Yeah,
They're gone the other way
depends
around.
what body weight I'm at. I'm
Yeah.
strong,
Yeah.
And why is what makes deadlift your favorite lift?
I was just naturally better at it.
Naturally fucking
Yeah.
gifted, boy.
Yeah,
And
naturally
squat,
better.
you hate it because
Naturally the worst.
hate standing up after
I
a
just
sit
like
down.
whatever one I'm good at. Yeah. It's so fair.
Powerlifting or strongman, which one is better and why?
I just prefer powerlifting. Strongman's better to watch.
Fair.
Yeah, yeah.
I think as a spectator sport, strongman is miles ahead.
100%.
But I just
Yeah.
like powerlifting. That's
Yeah, I think that's a fair one. The most annoying gym habit you see, obviously you're a gym owner yourself, so the most annoying gym habit that you see.
so. There's no.
Where do I
So,
start?
guys,
This is a podcast in and of itself.
there's no block of chalk. Let's say in the chalk ball, you go and get a block of chalk and you take it out, crushed up instantly.
Oh, man.
And then someone asks for another one.
I have someone here. We on 1, 2, or 3? Go to this one. Whoever you are, in my gym, crushing up my blocks of chalk. I have a feeling I have it down to 1 or 2 people. I'm going to start charging you for it.
Oh yeah, you should.
And then I'm going to make you eat a block of chalk. And then I'm going to lock you in the stairs 20 minutes to think about what you've done. Yeah, very annoying. I'll tell you what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I feel like we're thinking of the same person.
So yeah, that one absolutely drives me spare.
That's crazy, man.
It happened yesterday, so it's kind of fresh.
Yeah, it's fresh
yeah.
anyway. Or you go over it, whatever, like just the powdery bits you put on your hand. It's like, I need to chalk my back or whatever. I need to.
Literally.
And I'm like-
But have you ever seen somebody just genuinely get a Glock chalk, like a fresh one, and just go? You're like, man, what the
Or
fuck?
just break it in, like it's not that bad.
snap
being
it,
broken
yeah,
up, but,
yeah,
like, why?
I'm like, I have no
Like,
problem with
point,
like
yeah,
you'll
yeah.
need to like regulate yourself for your sensory needs, but like not in my gym.
So
Or
then
it's not
you
in the
do
chalk
have a
ball.
problem
Yeah,
with it.
No, I don't have a problem with it. I have a problem with doing it to my stuff. If you were a federation president for one day, what's the first rule you change?
Oh, jeez. That's a tough one.
That's a good one.
Get rid of downward movement. That's just a silly rule.
All right, on all 3 lifts?
Yeah, pretty much.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, fair. What about yourself,
Like,
Alex?
as long as it's not supporting.
T-shirts, deadlifts, back off. Do what you want. No T-shirts at all. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
No clothes, no singlets.
no jobs.
No,
No singlets.
I told you, that's what I was saying earlier.
No singers, we'll do it in shorts. It's called bodybuilding.
Man, just let me compete in a pair of shorts and nothing else. That's all I want.
Strongman.
And knee sleeves. True, actually. Yeah, but I'm not good enough for that. You have to be strong, bro.
What would you do, Maeve? President for a day?
I don't know. Can I get rid of Article 14?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
do
sure,
presidents have
sure.
that power?
Well, not like a fed. Like what? If you're president of IPF,
Yeah, am I the
then
president of the IPF or the Irish?
I guess of a federation. That's
Yeah,
what it
so
says.
yeah,
If you were a
you could do-
federation president for one day, what's the first rule you change?
Yeah, get rid of that.
Yeah, what would I change? Get rid of drug testing.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
They're not catching anyone, anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
This is also true. All right, Adam, thank you for taking part in that. Let's get into the listener Q&A before we pass the salts to Adam Loughnane.
Listener Q&As. I'll go. We've only got 2 anonymous questions here, so I'll go through them first. Was there more anonymous questions?
Yeah, I only sent on the appropriate one.
Okay. Fair. Right. That makes sense. So first question from anonymous is, when is your next comp? And then in brackets, jerkmate ranked comp.
Oh.
I still don't know what this means.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. It's not until I say jerkmate.
Is this some sort of like brain rat thing that I don't
Yes.
get?
Yeah,
Okay.
So I'm doing the August comp.
Yeah.
That's not jerkmate.
Okay.
Won't be partaking in any jerkmate ranked.
So there's not
I
do with
never
jerking
have,
your mates.
and I won't.
Which phenom athlete to look out for in the future?
Ooh,
That is actually a good one.
there's a lot of people making a lot of progress. Jeez, I definitely have.
1 second. I googled what's a jerkmate.
No, go on, tell me. I actually need to know now because I'm curious.
Jerkmate is a live cam site where you can get in on interactive shows with plenty of affordable models. There's more there, but I think that's all we need to hear.
All right, okay, I get it.
Affordable models.
Interactive. Please. Up and coming phenom lifters.
Yeah, back to you.
I think at the moment, for nationals, Sinead and Ashley O'Brien.
I was thinking them as well.
Yeah.
Especially like
she
Ashling
just-
still has to qualify.
But was it Ashling or Sinead yesterday posted they just doubled their
That
comp
was
maxes?
Ashling,
That was
yeah.
Ashling?
So she's gone
Yeah.
up to 76 now because it's easier. to
See, we be
qualify.
seeing stuff.
Fair,
We be seeing
fair
your
enough.
stuff.
Yeah.
Tag us, will we share?
So Ashling still has to qualify and Sinead's a 57, right?
Sinead's a 57.
And she's already
And
qualified.
she's getting a lot stronger.
Yeah.
Class.
So she could be in for that kind of top 3.
Unreal.
Depending how everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of
it's their
course.
first year competing. Like they did September.
Insane.
That was their
First
We
year
were at
competing, talking
their
about
first
podium and
comp.
open
We were,
laps.
yeah.
Insane. That's class.
Yeah, they're phenomenal lifters.
That's
Jesus.
biased now because they're my athletes.
No.
There's
Yeah,
definitely.
but still, I
No.
think.
If I had longer to think, there's definitely. Like, there's a lot
You
of
have to be
thinking,
biased.
a lot
Yeah,
of-
just on the spot.
Yeah.
Well, what else have we got? We got the
We've
any normal
got the
questions.
normal questions. Well, I'll read out who.
Yeah.
Who's
Name and
asking
shame.
the name and shame. So first question, you and Harrison, who's your best sub-junior athlete with an eyes emoji?
Well, it's not him anymore.
I was like,
He's not a sub junior anymore. I'd say Sui now if he gets us back.
okay,
Fixed.
class.
Definitely like bench is just crazy. Like, and he's got another whole year after this year, so
Wicked.
Unreal.
for sure.
It's hilarious. Leo asked you, ask him how often how often should you oil your chain?
Oh yeah.
What does that mean?
I have an electric bike and I never oil the chain. It's just rust.
Oh, it's okay.
I thought it was like some
It's not
sexual.
sexual,
I thought it was
no.
like jerk man.
yeah.
There's a lot of lube for it in the gym though, and there's a lot of jokes about that.
I expect this. To
Quick
be
answer
wildly-
is more often than I do it. I don't know.
fair enough. Yeah. Next question we got from Jack O'Leary. UCC or MTU PL club? There's only one answer.
I just prefer MTU these days.
All right.
I went to UCC though. They were the golden days. of
Yeah.
UCC, So I can't look at it the same. Like,
100%.
That was like just after Adam Keane was there, so like Ken was still there.
Yeah, it is different now than what it was. Yeah,
Andrew
it's way-
McAllistrom, Tracy.
Yeah, oh
like,
my god, it was a proper
Yeah.
That was the
Back when unis was something to talk about. I'm only joking. Up Wolves.
Gregito3 asked if you could only pick if you could pick only one, would it be coaching or competing? That's actually a good one.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
'Cause I love coaching, but competing is what got me into it.
Yeah.
100%.
Competing is what got you into it. What kind of keeps me going? Like
Keeps you going,
Everything
yeah.
revolves around training.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
competing. Like
Absolutely.
eating,
Yeah, I wouldn't be
sleeping.
able to coach as good if I didn't try to
didn't compete.
get high level. Like if I wasn't trying to keep getting better, I
Yeah.
didn't have like the same.
You'd never be
advice.
coaching if you didn't compete. So I think
Yeah.
competing
Yeah.
Yeah.
is always
Yeah, which came
there's
first,
the
first
chicken or the egg.
step,
Yeah. Yeah. I like that one. Another question from Gregito has got a lot of questions here.
Good man, Greg.
What do you look like without facial hair?
Oh, bad. My chin has the little like butt chin thing. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember.
I remember it's been so long since I was in there.
I was a lot skinnier then, so
There's actually a few questions about your beard.
nice. I didn't think it was,
Another one from Greg here. What are your goals currently, not only SPD, but also personal and as a coach?
oh, nice. Coaching is just always expanding. Always
course.
getting. I think the kind of end line, obviously, is like kind of more internationals and more people at nationals.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
more people at nationals is always the good goal.
Yeah,
And that's going to lead
It's
to
going to lead to the
Yeah,
pathway.
one to the other. Like,
next bit. So
yeah.
let's get more people to nationals. Keep expanding. Get all the coaches. I want everyone to keep getting more.
Yeah,
clients,
yeah,
of
more
course.
people in the
We're all
gym,
growing together kind of thing. Yeah.
everything like that. And competing is just get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get
just
that 460 dots. I'm going to do December.
oh, class.
Hopefully nationals next year.
Unreal.
Oh, yeah, cool,
Unreal.
cool.
That'd be fucking savage, man. Next one we've got from Jack Mellerick. Why is your beard so hot?
I don't know, Jack.
I don't even know. Like, yeah,
I'd like to say though, well done to Jack on a responsible question. It could be none
Yeah.
worse.
There's probably is the worst one here that Maeve didn't send me on.
No, that's all.
David Lawler. Norwegian December Open predictions. Will you be able to keep up with Barry Walsh?
Yeah,
Shout out
so-
Barry Walsh. What's
So Barry has never said it to me, but he keeps saying to David Lawler that I should go back to the 120s. So I'm going to take that as he has beef with me. Like,
Okay, yeah.
compete against me. So even though he is a mountain of a man,
Big Barry, like our Big Barry,
Yeah, Big Baz, like, yeah.
yeah,
said this.
he's
He's probably being like really wholesome and nice about it. But
I really want to like
Yeah.
share the platform with
yeah,
Adam.
he'd be like,
Adam's
it'd be
like,
such an honor.
I'm
like,
going to crush this kid's dreams.
so the other way is going to Norway.
Yeah.
He'll have no biceps left when I'm
So I
finished.
said on his Erasmus, we can compete against each other if they have a Norwegian December.
Oh
Open.
shit! Yeah, 'cause he's going there. Yeah.
All right,
That's
good
class.
shout.
They don't have that, but if they did,
Yeah.
I'll go to 120.
But if you were the
'Cause I was
president of a
reading
federation for a day,
There you go. I was reading this Norwegian December Open. I
I
was
was
like,
like,
what
what
the
is
fuck?
that?
So I have kind of fake beef with Barry, but
Vegan beef.
Another one, last one from David Lawler here. Opinions on Benji McDonald's philosophy in terms of mental attitude and approach to training.
Do you follow Benji McDonald?
No, I'm very confused here.
I did a city gym comp. Maybe it was the one.
Okay, maybe I noticed. Maybe I know his
He's
face.
very strong.
Okay, yeah.
He's very strong. He trains away. He would have been at the strongman comp that the lads are at.
Okay, yeah,
Maybe.
definitely know the head. So,
Yeah.
so what are his philosophies in terms
I'm
of
not
mental?
sure what his philosophies are. but
Okay.
He's just a really strong guy. Yeah.
Fair.
Maybe you'll have to get David Lawler on.
Yeah. Dave, come on the podcast, man. Explain all these questions just because I don't get them. That's all the ones that's all the appropriate ones, Maeve, is it?
Yeah.
I've been sent forward.
Yeah.
So, is there any inappropriate ones that might be good to ask?
I don't know. You can
Go on.
look through them if you want.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
get 'em off. Come
certainly
on,
not
read 'em
asking
off.
them.
We don't want about retaining.
Yeah. The
Yes,
semen
this is
retention.
The
Yeah.
semen retention question.
I'm not reading that out.
Why?
Why aren't you? You should be the one answering it.
Why should I be the one answering it?
Mike Tyson said he.
Jamie, 145.
Yeah.
Clip that out.
Yeah.
Write that down.
There you go.
All right. So,
And you go through medicine.
so this was actually the first question to come in from David Lawler. So the questions got better as he went.
Yeah.
But the first question that we got for Adam is semen retention important when in prep for a competition?
I think we can answer this honestly as
Yeah.
adults.
No.
No, we can't answer it honestly as adults.
No,
and
it's not important. No, it's not important. Not as important as doing the opposite.
My answer is it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, be who you want to be. This is 2025. You can retain, you can release.
The only thing I'd say is like, you know, like
Locked in.
ideally, like I kind of say it like if the lads do ask me, which I was saying earlier, like I actually get,
you get this question
I
a
get
lot.
this question a lot more than you think.
I'm
Like
jerk, mate.
just don't like just not like fucking day off. Like maybe that's just me. Like
But what
it's
about
just-
your anxiety? Like, what if you?
That's it. If you're someone that needs to, man, then fucking go for it. If it helps you calm down, if it calms the nerves, go for it. But
Ladies and
that would be
gentlemen,
the only
on
time.
that note, thank you for tuning in to the Lift Era podcast. Adam, thank you very much for
thank you,
joining us
Adam.
today. You've been a wonderful guest.
Thank you.
Before you go,
Oh yeah, let's go.
we have got something for you. This is becoming a bit of a trademark of ours. And we have got today with us, we have 2 salts.
Do you have the bud ones?
Which ones? The
bud
bud ones? I'm
They're
not sure
in
what
that box over there.
They're in the box over there. They're not as strong anymore.
Are they not?
No.
I'll grab
Have a
them
look from. But we have got the Jamie. If you could go to whichever camera is closest to me, maybe this one up to the far side. Hades, the Cerberus Hades Hellfire, and we've got a fresh Zone Grape Bubblegum scented smelling salts. Is this still as strong? The Bud ones? So
lid actually isn't closing properly.
yeah, I think that's why it keeps letting some of it out.
That one is glass, isn't it? The bottle.
Jamie, please switch to Adam's camera and Adam.
Let's go.
Let's do it. And I'm gonna take it slow.
Do.
You gotta keep it close to the face though. You're too far away. Get it right under that
I'm
chin.
getting up there.
Oh, he's oh.
It wasn't that bad. Go on, give me some grape.
They're pretty good. Like I said, they're good at chaser.
Maeve, you're gonna join us.
Come on,
Come
mate.
on, Maeve.
We have to all fucking do it. Like we can't just let the poor lad do him on his own.
Where
We're all
these
sitting here
ones
laughing at him.
They're wet. Oh, they just smell nice.
I actually quite like them.
There's a weird smell off them though. There's grape and something else.
Yeah, it's okay, mentally kind of.
Am I doing this now?
Yeah.
Oh, Maeve, get it into you.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Go on, take a proper whiff.
It's not as
junk
like
seeds,
Took the head off me.
Man,
not as bad as that one.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's worse.
These ones are way worse, but they've kind of calmed down now because
It really
the
hurts.
the cap has gone a bit
I find that one burns.
dodgy.
Yeah, it does. It's kind of nice
Whoa.
though.
Yeah, it's like
Crystallized.
literally like yeah. You actually mix beer with it.
Whoa.
Yeah, they've calmed down a lot because they like I couldn't breathe when I first took
Yeah.
a whiff off them.
That
Like, I
nearly
was
killed me.
fucking-
We need to get more of them. I'm gonna order more Bud ones. Yeah, you see, those are just gonna burn.
How do you? Oh,
Pass me the grape.
I couldn't do any of them and be like, oh, I can't wait to lift now. Like,
Nah, like I think they're too much. Like I remember because we fucking robbed these from
Oh, no,
abs.
this is actually nice.
It's class. You'd actually enjoy it. But we robbed these from abs, and I remember we were sending like I was just giving them to all the lads, and it was so funny. Every time I gave them somebody, they'd
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's,
but I don't use them at all. Like,
yeah.
not at all.
All right,
Like
folks.
toothpaste.
That is it. We're going to wrap it up here. Thank you very much for tuning into another episode of the Lift Air podcast. Really appreciate all you guys for subscribing, following along, sharing it. If you don't already, make sure to subscribe. Do share it. You'll find us on Spotify, on YouTube. Make sure you send us in your questions. If you've got anything you want us to plug about upcoming comps, shows, send us in your lifts. We do have more episodes of Chalk It Down. We've got one sitting in the chamber. We've got more to come. We're going to do a Junior Nationals special Chalk It Down episode. We're going to show your lifts and pick out our favorite lifts of the day. And if you got any fails or anything you want us to go through, please make sure to keep getting on to us. That is it for now. Shine, we're out. Peace.
Sweet. Woohoo.